Welcome to our coverage of Seminole High School sports on KSEM 106.3, KIKZKSEM.com, and on YouTube at Seminole TX Radio. We want to thank all of our friends and sponsors that support our station and our students and staff that represent Seminole High School in all their activities. We hope you enjoy our coverage of Tribe sports. Now here's your host, the voice of the Tribe, Rob Franklin.
Hello, how are you? Welcome to Hale Central.
Yes, well, hail.
Well, hail. He said hail. He used it in a sentence. We welcome you.
H-A-I-L.
That's right. We welcome you, Dr. Amy Williams, DDS, and Parker Wentz Orthodontics pregame show at 1006 Hobbs Highway in Seminole, 432-758-3678. Rob Franklin and Dustin right here on KSEM 106.3, KIKZKSEM.com, and on YouTube at Seminole TX Media. So glad you've joined us. Dustin, we rode the storm out here in the box, didn't we?
We did. That was quite an experience.
It was, if you saw the pictures on social media, there was hail everywhere, and we're just excited that we're going to be able to get you a ball game here. I want to thank J-Chem Catalyst, one of the nation's leading oil field chemical providers, Permian Basin-wide, for sponsoring our YouTube live video. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll get you the lineups. You're listening to Seminole Indian Baseball on the Sound of the Tribe, KSEM 106.3.
If you're in the market to buy or sell property, you need to know Callie Hicks, owner and broker of Legacy West Realty, located at 103 Southeast 2nd Street in Seminole. Stop by the office or call 432-758-9231. Don't forget, Legacy West Realty has an agent that speaks fluent German. So for all your real estate needs, you can rely on Legacy West Realty. Just go to calliehicks@gmail.com, working to help you find a place to call home.
People's Bank is your hometown bank that is a proud supporter of our local schools. People's Bank is a community bank. We are proud to be in the Seminole community. At People's Bank, we're about quick loan decisions, great customer service, and building relationships with all of our customers. Stop by and see us at our location in Seminole. Visit us on the web at peoplesbanktexas.com or give us a call at 432-245-6180. Good luck to the Seminole Indians and Maidens this season. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome you back once again to the Dr. Amy Williams, DDS, and Parker Wentz Orthodontics pregame show. Let's get you the lineups. Brought to you by Corbin's Archery at 616 Southwest 7th in Seminole. Find all your outdoor equipment at 432-655-6059. For the Fort Stockton Panthers, number 7, Zane Natividad, the shortstop, bats first. Batting second, number 2, Gama Corral, playing second base. Batting third, number 14, Rylan Nunez, playing center field. Batting fourth, number 9, Gerardo Diaz, playing first base. Batting fifth, number 20, Brian Encinas, the designated hitter. Batting sixth, number 1, Nicholas Armendariz, the third baseman. Batting seventh, number 25, Aiden Villarreal. He'll be pitching tonight. Batting eighth, number 5, Kale Rojero, the left fielder. Batting ninth, number 3, John Reyes, the right fielder. And catching tonight will be Michael Patino, 0 for Fort Stockton. Here's the lineup for the Indians with Dustin.
Rowan Donaldson will lead off, and he's catching tonight behind the plate wearing number 2. Michael Ray batting second, wearing number 22, playing first base. Batting third will be Obed Reyes, wearing number 1 and playing third base tonight. Eloy Macias will be on the bump tonight for the Indians, wearing number 11, batting fourth. Diego Cortez will be batting fifth, playing center field, wearing number 5. In the 6th hole, Stephen Davis, second baseman, wearing number 4. 7th hole, Oscar Grijalva, right fielder, wearing number 20. Batting 8th, number 3, Jason Robledo, playing shortstop tonight. And batting 9th, Derek Madrid, wearing number 12 and playing left field.
Subs for the Indians tonight will be number 8, Mikey Cabezos, number 9, Alan Madrid, number 10, Braden Surratt, 14, Braylon Mata, and 16, Ishmael Signs. We'll take a quick break, and we'll come back with more of the Dr. Amy Williams and Parker Wentz Orthodontics pregame show after this.
Brock Morris and Christy Morris are proud to be a part of Seminole and are here to help you with your healthcare needs. Brock and Christy are certified family nurse practitioners. Brock specializes in family medical practice, joint injections for shoulder and knee pain, and DOT physicals. Christy specializes in family medical practice, women's health, and dermatology. Brock and Christy are now accepting new patients and are located in the clinic at Seminole Memorial Hospital. For appointments, call 758-4711 or 7 758-4799.
Real quickly, we'll get you stats and look around school, brought to you by Hot Works at 603 West Avenue A in Seminole. You get a variety of workouts, including hot yoga at 758-6272. We'll get that after the national anthem. We'll be right back after this. Looking for top quality fiberglass fittings, pipe, and repairs? At TS&M Supply Fiberglass in Seminole, we specialize in solutions that are built to last. We've got you covered from custom fittings and piping to expert in-field repairs and training. Don't settle for less. Trust TS&M Supply Fiberglass, where quality meets reliability, at 432-264-7888 or tsmfiberglass.com. TS&M Supply Fiberglass, your solutions partner.
CYA Trucking Insurance, located at 400 North Main in Seminole, has the expertise and knowledge to make sure you get the right coverage and the right amount of coverage to cover all your assets. Christy Barnes or David can handle all your trucking and commercial insurance needs. Stop by today for a free quote or call 432-245-4292. You'll appreciate the friendly, efficient service. That number again, 432-245-4292. CYA Trucking and Commercial Insurance Specialists.
Ag Texas Farm Credit Services is borrower-owned, and member success is always our purpose. It's the foundation of our cooperative ownership structure. One great incentive of being an Ag Texas stockholder comes in the form of shared earnings. Since 2015, Ag Texas has returned nearly $167 million back to its member owners. Ag Texas knows that supporting farmers and ranchers with a reliable credit and crop insurance helps ensure that the heartbeat of agriculture is strong and steady.
We welcome you to the Six Gun Energy Services broadcast booth there at 152 County Road 320 in Seminole. Production services at 432-425-6477. Robin Dustin on KSEM 106.3, KIKZ-KSEM.com, and on YouTube at Seminole TX Media. Our first inning sponsors: Sonic Drive-In, Tri-County Fast Bailing, CNC Irrigation, Memorial Hospital, Gaines County Abstract, McDonald's, Howard McCaleb Tire, Pioneer Gin, Petty Insurance Agency, West Texas National Bank, Rascal Auto Works, and Watson Construction. Dustin, we have all kinds of tiebreakers tonight in the ball game.
I'll let you go right through it, buddy. You topped it up.
Seminole and Andrews, the D1 representatives. Seminole wins tonight, and they're the D1 1 seed. Lose, and it gets crazy. Andrews and Seminole both win. Seminole's the district champion, and the D1 1 seed. They beat Andrews twice and have a better district record than Greenwood. Andrews and Seminole both lose. Greenwood's the district championship. They beat Seminole twice. They have the better district record than Andrews. Seminole will be the D1 seed, and Andrews will be the D2 seed. Andrews wins, Seminole loses. Andrews is the district champion and the D1 seed. Seminole's the D2 seed. Greenwood is the D2 number 1 seed no matter what. Fort Stockton and Pecos fighting for 4th and the D2 seed. Fort Stockton win, and they're in. Fort Stockton loses, and Pecos wins. Now you have a tiebreaker because they split district games. How about that?
You did that quickly.
That's the tiebreaker scenario.
Did you rehearse that on the way down here?
No.
No,
just
because we talked about other things.
But I'm telling you, it's that crazy. So the wins could, if Fort Stockton wins, they're in. Flat out, they're in 4th place. If the Indians win, they win the district championship, and they're in. Indians lose, it gets crazy. And we'll just follow it from there. Seminole Maiden bi-district series against Dumas will be in Plainview. Game 1 Friday, April 25th at 5. Game 2 Saturday, April 26th at noon. Game 3 will be 30 minutes after Game 2. All those games will be available, hear me people, on all platforms of KSEM. On all platforms. We're going to leave it at that.
Then we'll just leave it there.
Look Around School brought to you by Hot Works in Seminole. One-act play will be at regional contest tomorrow. FFA Thursday will be in Stephenville. Friday they'll be in Huntsville. Saturday they'll be at A&M. Thursday tennis is at District in Midland. Friday and Saturday academic UIL at regional in Lubbock. And you saw the softball situation. The Seminole Sentinels on newsstands right now. Lowe's, Family Dollar, United, both Swift Stops. Stripes in Seminole and Seagraves, the Sentinel office. And subscribe at SeminoleSentinel.com. Rowan Donaldson will start, and we got all of it in but one thing, Dustin, in a quick pregame show.
Go ahead.
Shout-out to 432-212-4311. And here's the pitch, swung on by Rowan Donaldson, caught by the pitcher. The throw to first is in time. And Donaldson's retired on the first pitch, grounding out to the pitcher.
1 pitch, 1 out.
22, Michael Ray, the first baseman, comes up next. Jackie Williamson, Carol Wilkinson, and Tabitha Franklin listening all points east, south, and north tonight with Tabitha at home. If you want to shout out, text us at 432-212-4311. Gene Moffitt's on as well. Michael Ray steps up. And here's the pitch from Aiden Villarreal. The pitch is in for a strike. The count's 0-1. Dustin, are we breathing yet?
We are. Finally.
We're good to go.
A little tense there earlier, about an hour and a half ago.
I'm telling you, we were riding the hailstorm out here in this metal press box. Here's the pitch. Low for a ball. It counts 1-1 to Michael Ray. It was a little bit scary. Dustin, I saw some fear in your eyes.
That was just the lightning.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Aiden Villarreal at the mound. And here's the pitch. That one missed outside. The count's 2-1 now to Michael Ray. Grateful to the Fort Stockton folks for letting us in the press box. We got a crowd in here. We were worried about the equipment. We were worried about our heads more than anything else.
Right.
Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swung on, fouled off. It's a Flatland Oilfield Trucking foul ball. Locally owned by Cale Hughes at 806-781-2527. I know I went through those tiebreakers really fast. I'll bring them back and kind of re-explain them. It was a lot. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, up the middle. That'll be a single. Nice piece of hitting by Michael Ray. He'll be aboard with a single. No score here on the CK Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing scoreboard. Top of the first, Obed Ray is third baseman up for the Tribe. Dustin doing yeoman's work on the camera.
Sure missing Tabitha tonight, though.
Yeah, Dennis Quisenberry said, boy, that tiebreaker situation was fast. I'll read that in print later. I didn't even print it all out. I'll just break it back down here in a minute. It's pretty simple for the Indians. Win and you're the district champion.
You got to take care of that business.
Here's the pitch. Swung on, a fly ball to right field for Obed. It will fall in for a single, and now runners will advance to first and second. So a single for Obed Reyes to right field, and Michael Ray advances to second to bring up the pitcher Eloy Macias. So the Tribe with runners at first and second and one out, no score here on the CK Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing scoreboard.
That sun's very difficult at this time of the day right here for that right field, the first base and second base. So those are going to be opportunities that the Indians are going to have to take advantage of.
The only rodeo tonight, if the Indians win and Greenwood wins, Greenwood will be the district champion, but that won't affect how the Indians go in the playoffs. They'll be the D1 seed, first seed. Greenwood's a smaller school. Ball gets by the catcher. Runners will advance from first and second to second and third, so Obed at second, Michael Ray at third. The count 1-0 with one out. So, yeah, the simple thing is Indians win. They'll be the number one seed in the playoffs, and that's all they're worried about. The district championship would be nice, but Greenwood has beat Seminole. That's Seminole's only 2 losses in baseball. So the Tribe with runners at second and third, and Eloy Macias, who's dyed his hair blonde, in on the right side. Pitch misses outside, and the count's 2-0.
Majority of the varsity players have done so in preparation to the playoffs. It's been a tradition for years. So
growing playoff beards is rough.
Yes.
At this age.
Yes.
And against school dress code, so they just have to dye their hair.
Which is a natural color, by the way.
Counts 1-0 with one out. Runners at second and third. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, and the count will even up at 1-1 to Eloy Macias. Hometown Pride this Friday, 10:05 to 11 on 106.3, the website and Facebook Live. We'll get the first interview with Dr. Glenn Teal, the new superintendent at Seminole ISD, and that's followed by Knucklehead Sports Talk. You can't get more polar opposite than that. Smart new superintendent and then Knuckleheads. 10:05 to 11 on KSEM. Here's the pitch of Flatland Oilfield Trucking foul ball out of play, and the count evens up at 2-2. I feel like I'm a tobacco auctioneer talking 100 miles an hour.
That's all right. You're just all amped up. I mean, we had a delay, so
yep.
Pin up energy.
I got a little wound up with the hail. I got a little scared. One out. Runners at second and third. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Low for a ball. Now the count's full to Eloy Macias.
Could have been that 5-hour energy drink you downed on the way down here, too.
Let me tell you something. If I drink a 5-hour energy drink, you cannot stay in the car with me.
No.
I'm
the next curve on the way out of town, I'm ditching you out tonight.
I'm already weird enough. Pitch is low and outside for a ball and a walk, and Eloy Macias is aboard, and the Indians have the bases loaded here with one out in the top of the first. Number 5, Diego Cortez, the center fielder, steps in for the Indians with the bases loaded and one out, no score.
Going to have a Gaines Gym timeout here early in the top of the first.
And we'll take it with them. Gaines Gym timeout at 610 Southeast 2nd and Seminole, where you can work out and grab a protein shake. Back after this.
C&C Irrigation and Pump, located west of Seminole, just off the Hobbs Highway, can handle all your irrigation needs from top to bottom. C&C Irrigation and Pump service all makes and models of irrigation systems, along with pump repair, plumbing supplies, and electrical supplies. And don't forget to ask about our Zimatic pivot system, equipped with the latest technology. Contact C&C Irrigation and Pumps, 758-2053.
Back from that Gaines Gym timeout, a conversation at the mound. And we're ready to play baseball again. Diego Cortez, the center fielder, number 5, will be up for the Indians. Jason Payne, the coach for Fort Stockton, out to talk to his pitcher, Aiden Villarreal. 1 out, the bases loaded for the Tribe. And here's the pitch. Missed outside, the count's 1-0. No score here, Dustin, on the CK Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing scoreboard. Shout-outs at 432-212-4311. Here's the pitch. High for a ball. The count's now 2-0 to Diego. Dustin is killing it on the camera. Tabitha, you got to be feeling the pressure. Dustin's getting after it.
You know, the prodigal son has returned.
Here's the 2-0 pitch. That one's down Main Street for a strike. Good pitch by Villarreal, and the count's now 2-1 with 1 away. And the base is full of Indians. Is that how you describe that? Base is full of Indians?
Happy Tribe.
Here's the 2-1 pitch, low for a ball. The count's now 3-1. 3 balls and a strike with 1 out, and the bases loaded to Diego Cortez and Villarreal up against the wall here with 3-1 coming. And here's the pitch. That one missed outside, and we will walk home a run.
It's an RBI walk right there for Cortez.
So Ray will score the first run of the game. Tribe up 1-0 on the CK Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing scoreboard. And it'll bring up Stephen Davis, number 4, the second baseman. So a walk and an RBI for Diego Cortez. And the base is still loaded with 1 out. Stephen Davis, number 6 hitter. Here's the pitch. A little bit high for a ball. It counts 1-0. Stephen's done a good job at the plate this year.
Sure has. No, and you think of the 7-hole as not being a productive spot. It's a very productive spot, and Stephen's done a great job with that.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and the count is 1-1. What did Tabitha just say? Dustin is replacing me. Mango recovery smoothie with oat milk is what you get at Gaines Gym. That's what she gets.
Yes.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one's high for a ball. It counts 2-1.
We're going to have to bring one down here for Dr. Ripley on the other end of the box.
Yeah, we've got KFST down the way from us, Ken Ripley and Darren Hodges. And, yes, unfortunately, Darren Hodges is here. No, we love Darren when he's asleep. Counts 2-1 with 1 out. Here's the pitch. That one caught the outside corner. Count evens at 2-2. Darren, I just said I was hoping you were asleep over there.
He's too busy gabbing.
He's running his gums. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. The base is loaded. Here's the pitch to Steven. That went down Main Street, and Steven strikes out. Good pitch by Aiden Villarreal. The first strikeout of the ball game, and the second out for the Indians at the top of the first inning. Tribe up 1-0. And number 20, Oscar Grijalva, will come up, the right fielder. And the Indians up 1-0 on the CK Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing scoreboard. As we get scores from other games in the district, we'll get that to you. Andrews and Greenwood, Dustin, is delayed, right?
Yes, that is the last update that we had.
Pitch swung on and missed by Oscar. The count is 0-1. Pecos and Monahan are supposedly playing, and we'll get updates from that game, let you know what's going on. Greenwood and Andrews are the one we're worried about. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Low for a ball. The count is 1-1. Maiden Softball Friday playoffs as they face Dumas. 5 p.m. Friday. Get that to you on all platforms. Game 2 Saturday at noon. We'll get that one for you too. Here's the pitch. Swung on to right field. Going way back and will be caught by the center fielder, and the Indians are retired with the bases loaded, but they did score a run. We go to the bottom of the first. Tribe up 1-0. We'll be back right after this.
Have you heard of paint protection film? Paint protection film, or PPF for short, Prevents rock chips, fading, and minor scratches. PPF even has self-healing properties. Plus, PPF increases resale value on your vehicle. Paint protection film is a must if you've got a vehicle you care about. We're here at 1303 North Main Street in Seminole. Call 432-245-5080 or search Rascal Auto Works online to get more information.
Does your carpet need a deep cleaning? Then maybe it's time you called Jake Steamers, the carpet cleaner at 432-847-4600. Jake Steamers can handle all your carpet cleaning needs: area rugs, odor control, spot removal, carpet, tile, air ducts, and upholstery steam cleaning. Just call Jake Steamers at 432-847-4600 for a free estimate and get your home or office back in tip-top shape.
What do dirty boots have to do with banking? Well, nothing unless you're one of our ag lenders. Just like farming and ranching, agribusiness requires hard work, and most banks aren't willing to get their hands or their boots dirty. Since 1907, we've been working closely with producers to keep their operations successful. Whether it's an operational loan, funds for crop diversification, or equipment, we're one of the most dominant FSA lenders in the state. First United Bank. We know ag lending. We know ag. Member FDIC.
Back in the Six Gun Energy Services broadcast booth, Rob and Dustin here on KSEM 106.3, KIKZKSEM.com, and on YouTube at Seminole TX Media. If you want to shout out, text us at 432-212-4311.
Bo Wells is checking in. He wanted to know if you've done your hot yoga yet.
I have not done my hot yoga at Hot Works yet. That's something that needs to happen. By the way, congrats to Bo Wells and the Denver City Mustangs. A 7-0 win over Brownfield to clinch the district title. Congratulations to Denver City Mustangs and our buddy Bo, rolling as the #1 seed in the playoffs. Good for them.
Denver City's a good squad.
Getting after it. Up for Fort Stockton, Zane Natividad, the shortstop, #7, steps in to face Eloy Macias, and here's the pitch. Swung on, will go straight to Stephen Davis. He'll gather up. The throw to Michael Ray is there. And Natividad is retired, grounding out to second. That's quickly done.
Next up is number 2.
To bring up #2, Gama Corral, the second baseman. Different situation now tonight, Dustin, with Rowan Donaldson playing catcher.
Yeah, got Rowan behind the plate. Got Oscar Gahalva playing right field tonight. Jason Robledo is playing shortstop. His first pitch fouled back into the net here, Panther Field.
Yeah, interesting the way the lineup is rolled out here. Michael Ray still at first, Stephen Davis at second.
Obed Reyes at third.
Yep, but you got Jason Robledo at short. There's the pitch. That one missed, and the count will even up at 1-1.
Got Diego Cortez playing center field tonight, and Derek Madrid in left.
As you said, Oscar hanging out in right field. Count 1-1, and Eloy Macias will take a quick break here. That's a Gaines Gym break.
Just running his fingers through that golden locks.
That beautiful golden hair. And here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, and the count goes to 1-2 to Gama Corral. Indians up 1-0 on the CK Heating, Cooling, Plumbing scoreboard, bottom of the first inning.
Wind blowing out of the southeast currently, off of the storm that passed over us.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. That one missed outside, and the count evens up at 2-2.
Pretty good sized thunderhead continuing to build back to the southeast.
We spent, 30, 40 minutes in here riding out the hail?
If not a little longer.
There's the pitch, fouled back, and the count will stay at 2-2. So there were pretty good-sized hailstones. It started off about pea size, and it got up to about quarter size, and it was very loud in the press box.
Huh?
What? 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swung on down the third base line. Fielded in the throw by Obed to first. Pulls Michael Ray off the bag, and so the runner will be safe on the errant throw. So Corral will be safe on the errant throw. So it looked like Obed had gathered it up in time, Dustin, just couldn't get the throw made.
Yeah, just don't know if it was a timing thing or just couldn't get a grip on the ball. The field's probably got a little bit of dampness to it. For the most part, it's dried off.
It's insane that they got all this ice. It all melted away. It was nuts. It was just covered. 14, Rylan Nunez, the center fielder, up for Fort Stockton. Runner at first and 1 out. Tribe up 1-0. Here's the pitch. Missed outside. It counts 1-0. So Rowan Donaldson playing catcher. I haven't covered all the games, but a lot of them, and I've never called one with Rowan playing catcher. I know he's done it before. I just haven't seen it. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one across for a strike, and it counts 1-1 now. Monahan's up on Pecos 2-0. That's good for Fort Stockton here, people. Monahan's up on Pecos 2-0. So here's the pitch. That one catches the outside corner, and the count will be 1-2 now to Rylan Nunez. So 1 ball and 2 strikes, and 1 out and a runner at first for Fort Stockton. Here's the pitch swung on. The runner will go. The throw to short is not in time. It actually hits the runner. He'll be safe.
Was that a strike?
And they did call a strike, and so Rylan Nunez strikes out. So Rylan Nunez with the strikeout for the second out.
Number 9, Jerry Diaz.
And it'll bring up Gerardo Diaz. To call him Jerry, we'll call him Jerry. So Jerry Diaz, the first baseman, number 9, steps up for Fort Stockton. Runner at second, 2 outs. Tribe up 1-0, bottom of the first on the CK Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing scoreboard. And Dustin is doing yeoman's work on the camera. Here's the pitch. High for a ball that counts 1-0. Are you having fun, bud?
Doing a little bit of freestyle tonight.
Freestyle work. I like it.
Had some presets set just in case, but I'm going to try to do freestyle.
Counts 1-0 with 2 away. Runner at second. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled off, and the count evens up at 1-1. Well, the phone's blowing up here. Let's see. Jackie, Carol, and Tabitha getting after it. Hey, Tabitha, since you're watching, you know you could post a score on the media group text. That'd be great if you don't mind doing that. I would appreciate that. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed, and the count will go 1-2. By the way, we'd be remiss if we don't say congratulations to Rhett and Bailey Jones.
Yeah.
Baby girl Mary Jane Jones arrived. 7 pounds, 21 inches long. We're going to make a basketball player out of her. I know they wanted to do something else. We're going to make her a basketball player.
She was at the ball field last night for the team meal.
Congratulations to them. Count 1-2 with 2 away. Runner at second. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Oh, they got a piece of it. They said he got a piece of the foul ball, so he'll stay aboard. Diaz will stay aboard. Foul ball.
Read a staff member of the Indian baseball program didn't make it tonight, for obvious reasons.
I think, yeah, there's a reason why. Taking care of that baby. And I'm talking about Bailey, not the baby. Pitch gets away from Rowan Donaldson. Now the runner will advance to third. Gama Corral will go to third. So the count now 2-2 with 2 outs to Jerry Diaz. Tribe up 1-0, bottom of the first on the CK Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing scoreboard. And Jerry Diaz at the plate facing Eloy Macias. Here's the pitch. Swung on, a little grounder to Obed Reyes. He'll gather it up. The throw to first is in time and saves a run being scored. We go the second inning. Tribe up 1-0. Back right after this.
Texas Farm Bureau Insurance in Gaines, Andrews, and Yoakum counties are here to serve you with all your insurance needs. Give one of our friendly, helpful agents a call today at 432-758-3693 or stop by the office at 204 Southeast Avenue C in Seminole. Now's a great time to review your home, auto, and life insurance needs. Our agents will work with you to provide the right amount of coverage to fit your needs and budget. That's Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. Give us a call today. You'll be glad you did. Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. Our Dulce Water Company in Seminole can handle all your water needs. Give Jeremy Nelson, owner and operator, a call today at 432-758-6000 and get all the details about the benefits of an RO rental system for your home or office. Enjoy the convenience and health benefits an RO system can provide. And don't forget, Agua Dulce Water Company also sells and services Hague and Clark water softeners, and they're now selling bulk, non-potable RO water. In-house financing available. The difference is clear with Agua Dulce Water Company, 2001 Hobbs Highway.
We welcome you back once again to the Six Gun Energy Services broadcast booth here in Fort Stockton. We go to the top of the second inning. Rob and Dustin on KSEM 106.3, KIKZ, KSEM.com, and on YouTube at Seminole TX Media. Our second inning sponsors: Commercial Tire Quick and Clean in Stitches and Designs, Fernando's Body Shop, Dr. Michael Q. Watson, Flying Aces Flight School, TS&M Supply Fiberglass, The Lumberyard and Supply, First United Bank, Permian Basin Abstract, and Integrity Homes. Again, we want to remind you, Maiden softball will come your way Friday, by-district playoffs at 5 p.m. from Plainview as they're playing Dumas. Game 2 will be Saturday at noon. Game 3, if necessary, will be 30 minutes after that. And up for the Tribe will be Jason Robledo batting in the number 8 hole, the shortstop tonight. Here's the pitch from Aiden Villarreal. High fly ball in foul territory. A Flatland Oilfield Trucking foul ball will be caught by the first baseman, and Robledo fouls out to the first baseman for number 1 out. Derek Madrid batting for the Indians next, number 12, the left fielder. Tribe up 1-0, top of the second on the M&S Backhoe and Services scoreboard.
Michael Ray scored that run after a bases-loaded walk for the only run for the Indians this evening.
So the Tribe up 1-0, and here's the pitch. That missed outside. Low for a ball. So that's Derek Madrid. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed, and the count is now 1-1 to Derek, the left fielder for the Tribe. Dustin's doing it. Darren's over there talking about people's names again. There's the pitch. It's a Flatland Oilfield Trucking foul ball out of play. He made a Madrid joke, didn't he?
He did. Wearing a Scottish hat.
Made a Madrid joke wearing a Scottish hat. Portugal, Spain. Is this geography class? I'm trying to figure out. Here's the 1-2 pitch inside for a ball that counts 2-2. Forget calling the game. We're just going to talk. Darren and I are going to talk to each other.
We got to give him the backstory on the hat here in just a little bit.
Yeah, Dustin will give you a story on the hat. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on a fly ball to second base, and that'll be fielded, and Madrid flies out to second baseman for out number 2. So, Dustin, tell the story.
So, Hodges is wearing, what would you call that?
I can't
what
say
style?
on the air what I would call that, but it's a snap brim hat.
It's a snap brim hat, and Darren told us that it was his lucky hat that he got from Scotland, and that we might as well just turn the truck around and head on back home because we had no chance tonight.
I understand. Okay, we'll work with that. Rowan Donaldson up for the Tribe 0 for 1 of the night. Here's the pitch across for a strike. It counts 0-1 to Rowan. Rowan grounded out to the pitcher in the first.
I want to ask him how that hat's working out for him, but he's busy bumping his gums down on the other end.
He's got it up over his earphones, riding high. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one's high for a ball. The count evens at 1-1. Ken Ripley and Darren Hodges calling for KFST over there. Ken owns the station in Seminole. And here's the pitch. That one misses outside. The count's now 2-1.
We got the grand tour of KFST here today.
Yeah, I've been there a couple times, and I wanted Dustin to see it. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Up the middle, will be fielded by the shortstop. The throw to first is not in time. Rowan legged it out. Great hustle by Rowan Donaldson. We'll give him an infield hit for that. Good hustle by Rowan Donaldson. Boy, he got on his horse and started moving.
He sure did.
Ball was fielded by Zane Natividad, and the throw was good. It's just Rowan out-legged it. And now we're going to have a Gaines Gym break here as the coach is going to come discuss it. We'll take a quick 30-second break and be right back.
Watson Construction, located at 501 West Dandelion Road in Hobbs, specializes in pipeline services. For all your oil and gas services, along with hydrovac, excavation, and tank cleaning needs, Watson Construction is your go-to place for all turnkey pipeline and dirt work needs. Give Watson Construction a call today for all your oil field service needs. 575-391-0537, serving New Mexico, Texas, and the Permian Basin.
Back from that quick Gaines Gym timeout, the Indians will have a courtesy runner for Rowan since he is the catcher, and I think that's number 8, Mikey Cavazos.
Mikey Cavazos. Yes, sir.
It is Mikey. Mikey, a good photographer for the journalism department, too. So 2 away, and at the plate for the Indians, Michael Ray. That pitch misses outside, and the count is 1-0 to Michael. Had a single, scored a run in the first. the only run on the board. Tribe up 1-0 here. Top of the second on the M&S Backhoe and Services scoreboard. Mikey Cavazos leaves. Here's the pitch. Fouled off, and Mikey will have to turn around and make his way back to first.
Just a practice run right there, Rob.
That's it. Dustin is just flat out doing incredible work on the camera. I can't explain to you what the good work Dustin's doing on the camera. Incredible.
You just want to ride home.
Yeah, I rode with Dustin. I'm going to have to be nice. He'll take me back to Seminole. I bet Darren will let me crash with him. Maybe not. There's a 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed, and the count goes 1-2. He'll let me sleep in his doghouse, I'm sure.
He might give you a blanket.
Well, it's not like the sports information director hadn't sent me to the doghouse before either. So 1-2 the count with 2 outs. Runner at first is Mikey Cavazos. Here's the pitch. Boy, that one caught the outside corner, and Michael Ray goes down looking. We'll go the bottom of the second. Tribe up 1-0 back after this.
McBride Supplies It All is here for all your oil field supply needs. They're a distributor of Balon, Kimray, and Flowline, as well as a licensed Victaulic distributor. They have a large inventory, and from belts to stuffing boxes and liners, as well as a full-service rigging shop to enable your chain, wire, rope, and hose needs. McBride Supplies It All has over 100 years oil field experience. They're available 24 hours on call. Call Hobbs 575-393-5275 or Andrews 432-524-1160.
With work, school, and sports, who has time to cook? Let McDonald's do the cooking for you. Download the app to order ahead. Skip the line by ordering curbside. You're always welcome to come dine in with us and enjoy table service, and kids can enjoy the playground. Don't feel like waiting in line? Use the DoorDash link to order your food where you want when you're hungry. McDonald's, we're loving it.
The Corner Store is proud to service all of your convenience store needs at any one of our 3 locations. The Travel Center, located at 2303 Hobbs Highway, is open 24/7 with showers available at all times. We carry a large variety of retail items, as well as our well-known hamburgers, breakfast burritos, and our signature item, Judy's Salsa. Check out our full menu on our website, www.cornerstoretx.com, for more information. We're proud to serve our community. Stop by your nearest Corner Store today, where local matters.
Welcome you back to the Six Gun Energy Services broadcast booth as we go to the bottom of the second. Tribe up 1-0. And we hear Andrews and Greenwood are in a delay. They're playing that game in Andrews. Greenwood's in Andrews. They're in a delay right now.
Number 20, Brian and
And Ryan Encinas, number 20, the designated hitter, will come up for Fort Stockton. Monahan's up on Pecos 2-0. That's important for the folks here in Fort Stockton. Monahan's beating Pecos is good news, up 2-0. So if Monahan's wins that game, Fort Stockton is in the playoffs, regardless of what happens here. Indians with a win will clinch at least a share of the district title. Here's the pitch. Boy, that one's inside. Did that hit him, Dustin? It was close.
No, it was close. Just brushed him back a little bit.
It was a little bit of that chin music. I don't think it quite caught the chin. So the count's 1-0 to Brian Encinas from Eloy Macias. And here's the pitch. In for a strike, and the count's 1-1 now. Rowan Donaldson playing catcher. So Macias and Donaldson. And here's the pitch. That's a cross for a strike, and the count is 1-2 to Brian Encinas. And the new Seminole Sentinels out on newsstands, doing work on that. Go out and get you one. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Check swing. They'll check and then call it a ball, and the count will be 2-2 now to Encinas. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And no outs. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Missed outside. Now the count goes full to Encinas from Macias. And the Tribe up 1-0 bottom of the second on the M&S Backhoe and Services scoreboard. Here's the full count pitch to Encinas. Fouled back, and the count will stay full. Dustin, I think you've got a real shot at being a videographer, or whatever that word is. Videographer.
Well, I can take
Camera dude.
pictures. Camera guy.
And Tabitha's the camera gal. Here's the 3-2-6 pitch. high for a ball, and Encinas is aboard with a walk. Tabitha would be a camera gal.
She's a guru.
Yes.
Is number 1, Nick Almendares.
Okay, Nicholas Armendariz will come up, the third baseman, number 1.
Let's hear it for the Panthers.
Third baseman will step up with a runner at first and no outs. Tribe up bottom of the second, 1-0 on the M&S Backhoe and Services scoreboard. Indians beat Pecos 5-4 last Tuesday. Greenwood beat Fort Stockton 7-1. The other game last Tuesday, Andrews 9, Monahans nothing. Games broken up. Here's the pitch. Outside for a ball, the count is 1-0. Games were broken up due to the regional track meet being this weekend. A lot of these kids were running track. And so softball, obviously their season was over. Baseball took a break for Friday and put the games a week apart. Here's the 1-0 pitch with a runner at first. Bunt down the first base line, foul, and the count will even up at 1-1. So all kinds of fun stuff going on this spring. Dustin, I'm telling you, if you've got a kid, which you do, still in school.
Still do.
Still do. They're still letting him go to class? That's good.
He better be.
There's so many activities, so many things kids are going on and being involved in this time of year. 1-1 to count. No outs. Runner at first for Fort Stockton. Tribe up 1-0. Here's the pickoff move to first. Runner back. And the count will stay at 1-1.
Yeah, those activity buses and vans and whatnot, they're all over the place this time of year.
We'll get you a look around school here in just a minute. Brought to you by Hot Works in Seminole. That's where I'm going to do that hot yoga workout at some point. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Bunt. Missed. And there'll be a taken strike, and the count's now 1-2 to Nicholas Armendariz. So tomorrow, one act will be at the regional contest in Lubbock. Good luck to them. Great play, doing great work this year. Thursday, FFA in Stephenville. Friday, they'll be in Huntsville. And Saturday, they'll be at Texas A&M. They're going to be busy. Tennis will have district in Midland on Thursday. Here's the pitch. Caught the outside corner for a strike, and down goes Armendariz for the second strikeout victim of Eloy Macias.
It's a big out right here in the bottom of the second. One out.
They'll bring up Aiden Villarreal, the pitcher. Number 25, one away, and a runner at first. The other thing happening Friday and Saturday, Academic UIL will be at regional in Lubbock. That's the Brain Tribe. Good luck to them. Here's the pitch that missed outside. The count's 1-0. And as we said before, Maiden softball by district in Plainview, playing Dumas. Game 1 Friday at 5 p.m. Game 2 Saturday at noon. Game 3 after that if needed on all platforms of KSEM.
Fill in the blank.
Pick off move to first, runner back. If there's a question and you don't understand what I'm thinking, what I'm saying, text me and I'll explain it to you after the game. Not right now.
Yeah.
Maybe later, but not right now. 1-0 the count, runner at first. Here's the pitch. Down Main Street for a strike. The count's 1-1 with one out.
Just think of it this way. If there's a communications app, search our key name.
Right.
Seminole TX Media. And you'll probably be able to find what you're looking for.
You'll find what you're looking for. If you search Seminole TX Media, there's the pitch. It gets away from Rowan Dawson. Now the runner's going to go. Rowan will hold it and throw to the pitcher. The runner will be safe at second. So Brian Encinas will be aboard at second on the pass ball with one out. And the count should be 2-1. Yeah, the count's now 2-1 to Aiden Villarreal with one out. The Tribe up 1-0 bottom of the second on the M&S Backhoe and Services scoreboard. I better quit saying so much because they're going to start chasing me down. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, and the count will even up at 2-2. So Tabitha's telling me something for my next feature in the paper, Dustin. See if you like this. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. And Aiden Villarreal goes down with a strikeout for the second out. We'll get to that in just a minute. And it'll bring up Kale Rojero, the left fielder, number 5, with a runner at second at 2 outs and the Tribe up 1-0. Tabitha says my new feature in the paper would be a piece about my experience with hot yoga. Think I could write a story about that, Dustin?
Are you going to do it?
If I do it, I will probably be unable to write afterward. there will be muscles and things that won't work. I'll have to have somebody type it for me because I'll be tied in a knot or something. Isn't that what they do in yoga, tie you in a knot or something?
Yes, and then the advances of AI, we got you covered, man.
That's it. We can handle it. That's a good idea, Tabitha. We may need to do that. Helps our sponsor out, too. Here's the pitch. Gets away from Donaldson. Now the runner will advance to third, and the count's 1-0. Pitch was low and toward the right foot of Rowan, and got away from him. So now the runner at third with 2 outs. All kinds of problems.
Not to mention all the problems you'd have with hot yoga.
Oh, for sure. About 7 minutes away from starting the game in Andrews due to lightning. They're saying Dustin can do it too. That's what they're saying.
You know what? Give it the old college try. I'll sell tickets for it first.
I just have visions of you and I in leg warmers and doing hot yoga at Hot Works.
Don't even want to.
Count 1-0, 2 outs, runner at third. Here's the pitch. Swung on a fly ball toward the first baseman, Michael Ray, and he'll gather it up. And Fort Stockton's retired. We'll go to the third. Tribe up 1-0. And listen to Seminole Indian Baseball on the Sound of the Tribe, KSEM 106.3. Have you ever thought about getting a pilot license? Well, think about it no more. Give Addison Espinosa, owner of Flying Aces Aviation, a call at 432-209-3547. Addison is a certified flight instructor offering flight instruction classes with private lessons and beginner's classes. For more information, call Flying Aces Aviation today at 432-209-3547. You'll be glad you did.
Lowen Farm and Lumber, located 409 North Main in Seminole, is the name to remember for all your building products. Henry Lowen and his staff stand ready to assist you with personal service. For all your lumber, hardware, paint, general maintenance, supply items, and more, all under one roof with a wide selection to choose from. Lowen Farm and Lumber now carries a great selection of cedar and redwood, along with beams and floor joist. Remember, Lowen Farm and Lumber, your complete home and farm building supply store. Call 758-6035.
Welcome you back once again to the Six Gun Energy Services broadcast booth. Rob Dustin on KSEM 106.3, KIKZ, KSEM.com, and on YouTube at Seminole TX Media. Tribe up 1-0. We'll get you our third inning sponsors here in just a moment. As we have for the Indians coming up, Obed Reyes, the third baseman, got a single and was left stranded in the first. Third inning sponsors: People's Bank, Western Insulation, Gaines County Farm Bureau, Lowen Farm and Lumber, Brock and Christy Morris, Silver Star Insurance, and here's the pitch. Across for a strike, the count's 0-1 to Obed. Let's see, Legacy West Realtors, McBride Supplies It All, Marlon D. Carter, Attorney at Law, Epic Electric Solutions, and Guy Cheney State Farm, or Guy Caney, or Guy Cheney.
Call him whatever you want.
He won't know either one. Pitch missed for a ball. The count's 1-1 to Obed Reyes. Yeah, Guy Cheney's a great guy when he's asleep. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Missed outside for a ball. The count is 2-1. Guy takes care of my insurance and does a great job.
Yeah, I may have to call him after this trip.
You might have to. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swung on, fouled back, a Flatland Oilfield Trucking foul ball, and we're tied up in the count 2-2.
We'll see if the Heat pop some of these out over the next couple of days. Not bad damage.
Not bad. Yep. Guy Cheney does a great job of taking care of us. State Farm Insurance. 2-2 the count to Obed. Here's the pitch from Villarreal. Swung on down the left field line, and that one is caught by the left fielder, and Obed is retired, flying out to left field. They'll bring up Eloy Macias, the pitcher. Walked and was left stranded in the first. Number 11. One away, top of the third. Tribe up 1-0. On the Daybreak Diner scoreboard. Speaking of Daybreak Diner,
I had lunch there today.
And you can eat breakfast there too. Sounds good. Dennis Quisenberry saying, yay, yoga pants. Let's not start that visual with anybody. Here's the pitch. Low for a ball, gets by the catcher, and the count is 1-0. What did Savannah Sheets say? Just remember, hot yoga is about as hot as the 4th of July. And you get grumpy a couple of hours in at Freedom Fest. She's right. She's absolutely right. Yeah, you nailed it, Savannah. Pitch across for a strike, and the count's 1-1.
I'll catch Savannah and let her know how to deal with the grumpiness with you.
Give him a Snickers. It'll be melted at Freedom Fest. I'm just saying. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. The count's now 1-2 to Eloy Macias. Hey, man, it's getting time to start planning for that. June 28th, Freedom Fest will be here before you know it.
Right around the corner.
1-2 the count with one out. Tribe up 1-0. Here's the pitch. Swung on to right field. And it will be caught by the right fielder. And Macias is retired with a long fly ball to right field for 2 away.
Up next for Seminole is
And
number
it'll bring up
5,
Diego Cortez. Number 5, the center fielder. Walked with an RBI walk. The only run in the ball game.
So not an official at bat, but he still gets the RBI.
And that's a run batted, walked, batted, walked, batted, walked in. I like the way I phrase that.
Correct.
Batted, walked, walk a bat, batted, walked.
Got a brief Gaines Gym timeout right here by the umpire. He's pointing something down to the bullpen. I think the players have to wear a helmet. They're warming up.
This picture of Rob and Dustin at Daybreak Diner. Oh, I'll have to fix it. Hang on. There it is right there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a couple of dogs eating. I like it. There's the pitch that misses outside. The count's 1-0. Savannah says, tell Dustin we need to know. I'll tell you exactly what it is. Dustin thinks I'm a diva. Here's the pitch. Gets by the catcher. The count will be 2-0. So Dustin says, you've seen the Snickers commercial. Somebody's acting badly. They give him a Snickers and they calm down. That's what Dustin says all the time. Just give Rob a Snickers and he'll be fine. So that's the secret, Savannah. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Missed outside, and the count now is 3-0 to Diego Cortez.
I've been known to make sure that Rob had a Snickers in his place at the radio station.
Something happened on one of the broadcasts, and before Hometown Pride, I had one sitting right in front of my microphone. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Caught the outside corner for a strike, and it counts 3-1. I think Dustin had given it to Angie, and it slid right in front of my microphone.
It did. It worked perfectly.
We had some kind of horrible rodeo with the broadcast before that. Pitch is high for a ball, and now Diego Cortez gets his second straight walk and will be aboard for the Tribe. First base runner of the inning. Indians up 1-0, top of the third on the Daybreak Diner scoreboard, and Stephen Davis up for the Tribe, struck out in the first.
Number 4, Stephen Davis.
Okay, Savannah says, I got it. Robin Franklin and Arcavian Conway watching in San Angelo. Glad y'all are on. That's some Seminole alumni. There's the pitch swung on and fouled back by Stephen Davis. It's a Flatland Oilfield Trucking foul ball out of play. Counts 0-1. Darren's talking about making people mad over there.
And it's Greenwood. It's okay.
It is. Well, he made Greenwood people mad. Yeah, we have to be careful. There's the 0-1. Never mind the pitch, the throw to first, runner gets back in time. That's Diego Cortez. Darren makes lots of people mad. You have to be nice.
Maybe it's the hat.
It's Darren's hat that makes people mad, I think. It's your hat that makes people mad. So counts 0-1 to Stephen Davis. 2 outs, top of the third. Tribe up 1-0 with a runner at first. And we've officially gotten in the ditch.
We have.
We're completely in the ditch. Pickoff move to first and runner's back. We're in the ditch, firing up some mud. So, Robin and Kay are on. Yeah, Jackie and Carol are glad to see Robin and Kay hanging around. Here's the pitch swung on to center field, and back goes the center fielder for Fort Stockton. He'll make the catch, and the Indians are retired. We'll go the bottom of the third. Tribe up 1-0. You're listening to Seminole Indian Baseball on the Sound of the Tribe, KSEM 106.3.
Western Insulation, located at 615 Southeast 3rd in Seminole, is the company to call on for all your insulation needs. Western Insulation specializes in spray foam insulation for metal buildings, residential, and much more. Foam roof coatings, fiberglass bat insulation, and insulation supplies. If it's insulation you need, call Western Insulation, 432-955-2135 or 432-955-8650 or westerninsulationtx.com.
Petty Insurance Agency deals with numerous companies in order to get you the best coverage and lowest rates possible, and they are now an agent for Nationwide Insurance. Petty Insurance Agency specializes in home, auto, life insurance, commercial, farm and ranch, pivots, Mexico insurance, and workers' comp. With 2 locations to serve you at 106 Southwest Avenue C in Seminole and 320 West Main Street in Brownfield, or call 758-9188 in Seminole or 806-637-0321 in Brownfield.
Quick and Clean, located at 412 Northwest 21st in Seminole, can handle all your oil and filter changes along with diesel fuel, filter changes. And don't forget, Quick and Clean can also take care of your brake work needs, front end alignments, and minor auto repairs. For all your vehicle maintenance, give Quick and Clean a call today, 758-3923, for quality service and local guys that know you. That's Quick and Clean, 412 Northwest 21st. In Seminole.
Welcome back once again to the Six Gun Energy Services broadcast booth here in Fort Stockton. Indians up 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Starting us off here at the bottom of the 3rd is number 3.
And it will be John Reyes leading off for Fort Stockton. Bottom of the order. Stephen Davis flew out to left field, right? He sure did, yeah. Just want to make sure I had that right. I just didn't write it down, went straight to commercial. Now, here's the pitch. Inside for a ball, the count's 1-0. We've been being a little truculent here in the booth.
We have been.
Checking in, Joshua and Becky German. Glad you guys are with us. Thanks for checking in. Here's the pitch. Cross for a strike, and the count is 1-1 to John Reyes.
Little cut fastball worked its way back into the zone right there from Macias.
If you want to shout out, text us at 432-212-4311. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on, fouled back. The count goes to 1-2.
Macias nearing the 40-pitch mark here. So pretty efficient here through the first 2.5 innings of play.
Bottom of the 3rd, Tribe up 1-0 on the Daybreak Diner scoreboard. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball missed, and the count will be 2-2 now. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. And no outs. There's the pitch. That one was inside, and now the count goes full at 3-2. But that one was a little more chin music. Got right up in his grill. Here's the full count pitch from Eloy. Swung on, fouled back. Michael Ray trails it. It's going to be out of play. It'll be somewhere around a hailstone. Wait.
Yes.
They're all gone. It was completely covered in hailstones like marbles, and now they're all gone. It's magic. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Swung on a fly ball toward right center. That's going to fall in. That may be extra bases. Be gathered up, and the throw in will be a double. For the bottom of the order, John Reyes gets a leadoff double for Fort Stockton. They bring up Zane Natividad, who ground out to the second baseman. So Zane Natividad, the shortstop, number 7, grounded out to second in the first inning.
I believe that's the first hit of the afternoon for Fort Stockton.
It is. It is. They got aboard with an error and a walk, but that's their first actual hit of the ball game. Jackie or Carol 1 thought I said succulent instead of truculent. We're not planting things. By the way, here's the pitch. Low for a ball that counts 1-0 to Zane Natividad.
What seeds of knowledge are you about to plant now?
The sports information director, when we went to cover the regional track meet, made some purchases at the plant store, and let's just say that hurt. Boy, she did a job. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed. Good pitch, and it counts 1-1. She is a plant freak, loves plants, and she got her some. Loaded up the back of that new van with her.
I'm glad she spent your hard-earned money.
It's her hard-earned money. She makes more money than I do, I'll guarantee you. My money's not hard-earned. I just go find it. Here's the 1-1 pitch, swung on. Foul ball, and now Rowan Donaldson will chase it and
just
can't
missed
quite
it.
get to it, and the count will stay at 1-1. No, she takes care of her purchases. Sports information director can get that done. So we'll have a quick Gaines Gym timeout while everybody gets resituated or just situated. 610 Southeast 2nd in Seminole, where you can work out and grab a protein shake.
We need to get one named after Mr. Ripley down there on the other end.
Something like that. 1 ball and 2 strikes, no outs, a runner at second for Fort Stockton. Did I miss something that Ripley? I missed something that Hodges said. We're in trouble. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Missed outside, and now the count evens up at 2-2. Is Hodges in the ditch over there? He's already in the ditch.
That's professionalism. He hadn't even looked up over at you on that.
Yep. 2-2 the count. And the runner with a big lead at second for Fort Stockton. Here's the pitch. Check swing, foul. The count stay at 2-2.
That's an excuse me foul ball right there.
Pardon me? Pardon me, foul ball? So the count 2-2 with no outs, runner at second. Tribe up 1-0 bottom of the third. And Fort Stockton with a runner at second. Here's the pitch. That one's fouled off. The count will stay at 2-2.
The Natividad's done a good job of staying alive in this at bat right here.
Yeah, he is.
Leadoff hitter for Fort Stockton.
Seems like the bad weather's kind of moved its way out of our direction and it's probably heading east. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Down Main Street for a strike. Great pitch by Eloy Macias. And down goes Zane Natividad. He'll be the 4th strikeout victim of Eloy Macias.
The sail that flew over us is traveling more down towards I-10, so making for a beautiful sunset, but man, we had to experience some stuff, I'll tell you that.
We did. Gama Corral will come up, the second baseman, number 2 for Fort Stockton, with a runner at second and 1 out. The Tribe up 1-0. Here comes the pitch. It squares around the bunt, and the pitch in now low for a ball. The count's 1-0. So count 1-0 with 1 out. And Tribe up 1-0 on the Daybreak Diner scoreboard. Here's the pitch from Macias. Swung on down the first base line, foul. And Michael Ray will make the catch in foul territory and retire Gama Corral.
Much needed out right there.
It's a big play by Michael Ray, getting on his horse and getting over and making the play in foul territory. And so 2 away for Fort Stockton with a runner at first. And they'll bring up number 14, Rylan Nunez, the center fielder. He struck out in the first. Bottom of the third. Tribe up 1-0 and 2 outs for Fort Stockton. Runner at second. Here's the pitch. Curve ball in for a strike. Nice pitch by Eloy. Broke in there and made a play. Bobby Tycrobe checking in. He's watching with Yolanda, Zoe, Kylie, and Cameron, a bunch of girls who claim to know what's going on. Please help. Bobby's in trouble. Bobby's got softball girls and girls gathered around there watching this game with him. Bobby Tycrobe needs help. Well, he needed help before that, but he really needs help now. Pitch is low for a ball that counts 1-1. By the way, Maidens won 17-12 last night in a practice game over in Lamesa. I went over to pick up the newspaper over there and got to watch a little of that. Here's the 1-1 pitch, missed outside. Counts 2-1. While we're talking about the Maidens, their softball by-district playoff against Dumas will be Friday at 5 o'clock in Plainview. We'll get that game to you live on all platforms of KSEM. Game 2 at noon Saturday. Here's the pitch swung on. A line drive to Obed Reyes. He'll make the catch. The Indians are out of the third, up 1-0. You listen to Seminole Indian Baseball on the Sound of the Tribe, KSEM 106.3.
The cold weather's arriving once again, and now's the time to insulate your home. Give A&P Supply a call and get all the details about attic insulation, along with many other types of insulation to make your home much more energy efficient. If you've been thinking about improving the exterior or interior of your home with something new, ask about Versetta Stone. And now to serve you better, A&P Supply is now open on Saturday, 8 a.m. to noon. A&P Supply, 4 miles north of Seminole, just off the Seagraves Highway, or call 955-0007.
Silver Star Insurance Agency, located at 113 Southwest Avenue C in Seminole, specializes in crop and crop hail insurance. Silver Star has the personnel in place to make sure you get the right and necessary coverage for all your crop insurance needs. Proudly serving your West Texas community, When it's time to get your crop insurance, call the professionals at Silver Star Insurance 758-2223 or stop by the office.
Welcome you back once again to the Six Gun Energy Services broadcast booth in Fort Stockton. Indians up 1-0, top of the fourth. Our fourth inning sponsors, Zion Broadband, Seminole ISD, CYA Insurance, Aqua Dulce Water, A&P Supply, Quality Produce, Ag Texas, Corner Store, Oasis Gin, Jake Steamer, and Seminole Butane. Up for the Indians, Oscar Grijalva, the right fielder, and he flew out to center field in the first. So we did find out what Hodges said. He was making fun of my bald head again. It's usually what happens, right, Dean?
It was a pretty good joke.
It was a really good joke. So the pitch in for a ball, and that one swung on a miss, and the count's even now at 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. No outs, top of the fourth. Here's the pitch. Low for a ball. The count's now 2-1 to Oscar. Tribe up 1-0. Now, we were hidden in here with Ken Ripley. Dustin and I were with that big hailstorm. Pitch is low, and the count will go to 3-1.
I heard we had over an inch of rain here in Fort Stockton while we were hiding out in this press box.
The only saving grace is that Hodges wasn't here yet, thank goodness. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Swung on down the first base line, gathered up by Fort Stockton's first baseman, and he'll make the play. It's a good play there by Jerry Diaz. And Oscar Grijalva grounds out to first.
Had some Pete, a marble-sized hail. If you look on social media, looked like it snowed out here. So.
Yep, that's on all of our social media. We've got a video of it, and then what happened afterwards. Jason Robledo up for the Indians, 0 for 1 on the day. Here's the pitch, inside for a ball. He flew out to the first baseman in the second inning. Here's the 1-0 pitch, swung on straight to the shortstop. It'll be fielded. The throw to first is in time. And Robledo grounds out to the shortstop for the second out. They'll bring up Derek Madrid, bottom of the order for the Indians, the left fielder, number 12. Flew out to second in the second.
Number 12, Derek Madrid.
Derek Madrid. 2 away here. Indians up 1-0, top of the fourth on the Auto Pro Care scoreboard. Andrews and Greenwood have packed it in. There's a big hit there for number 12, Derek Madrid, to right field. Got a good piece of that, Dustin.
Texas Leaguer get a 2-out single here to lead off the fourth for the Indians.
That will be the Indians' 4th hit of the ball game. They'll bring up Rowan Donaldson, 1 for 2 with a single in the second. And Rowan legged that one out. It was an infield hit, and he just outran it.
Amarillo College signee.
2 outs, Tribe up 1-0. Here's the pitch, high for a ball, and the count's 1-0. Jason Robledo with a big lead at first.
Madrid.
I'm sorry, you're right. Derek Madrid at first. Robledo was retired. Madrid with the big lead and got back. Count 1-0 with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Swung on a high fly ball to left field. And that one is
just
a foul ball, just foul. That one would have been out of here. And that's a very long Flatland Oilfield Trucking foul ball to left field. Boy, Rowan got all of that one.
Look, that was a little wind dated as the wind's blowing out of the southeast here at Panther Field.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Tribe up 1-0, top of the fourth. Here's the pitch. Gets by the catcher, and Derek Madrid will advance to second base. Turn the corner and look, and he'll hang right there. So the count 2-1 with 2 outs, and the Tribe up 1-0. So 2-1 the count. And a runner at second with 2 outs facing Rowan Donaldson. Pickoff move to second, and Derek Madrid gets back. Tiebreakers are crazy right now. Indians just need to realize with a win, they'll be the number 1 seed in D1 in the playoffs, and that's all they need to worry about. Take care of business, and you got that locked up. Here's the pitch. High for a ball. It counts now 3-1. I believe Greenwood and Andrews have just started. So the count's 3-1 with 2 outs. And here's the pitch. Swung on a high fly ball to left field again. And that one is also foul. And that one also went out. The wind's pushing it over there, so it's a long Flatland Oilfield Trucking foul ball. So the count goes full to Rowan Donaldson with 2 outs and a runner at second. And Rowan's taking a couple of them for a ride. Facing Aiden Villarreal. Here's the full count pitch. Swung on a fly ball toward left field. And it will be gathered up, and the Indians are retired to the top of the 4th. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Indians up 1-0 back after this.
Seminole schools strive to provide comprehensive educational services in our community. Whatever the educational need, we're committed to doing our best as a team to meet it. For more information on eligibility and programs, contact us at Seminole ISD. We're extremely proud of our students and their accomplishments in academics, FFA, band, choir, art, theater, speech, debate, cosmetology, Skills USA, and athletics. We're also a proud sponsor of Seminole sports broadcasts for those unable to attend. Go Indians and Maidens!
Having trouble with your water well? Give Tri-County Fast Bailing a call at 209-0765. Tri-County Fast Bailing can brush and bail the rust and sand away on existing wells or new wells. Tri-County Fast Bailing has the experience and knowledge with over 20 years of service in Seminole and the surrounding area. To get your well operating back at its full capacity, that number again, 209-0765. Tri-County Fast Bailing.
West Texas National Bank has 52 ATMs to serve your banking needs from Big Spring to Terlingua and north to Seminole, Denver City, and Plains. Great news, WTNB has even faster, easier, and more secure ways for you to pay with our latest digital wallet options. Talk to an experienced professional today for your ag equipment, farm, ranch, home, and auto loans. That's West Texas National Bank in Seminole, your one-stop financial institution, member FDIC, and equal opportunity lender.
We welcome you back. Here, the bottom of the 4th inning, we got a pitching change, Dustin.
Alan Madrid, the sophomore, coming on.
So Alan Madrid comes on in replacement of Eloy Macias.
Macias will go to third. And
Eloy.
Obed Reyes to short, from third to short. And then
that'll put Jason
Robledo
Robledo
in center field.
Yep. So it shuffles them back close to their regular lineup. So Eloy Macias finishes with only giving up 1 hit. Yeah, Eloy gave up 1 hit and a walk and an error and 4 strikeouts. So 4 Ks for Eloy. He gave up 1 hit and 1 walk.
Now Hodges is down there singing.
We got Darren Hodges singing. Again, we welcome you to Six Gun Energy Services broadcast booth. Rob and Dustin on KSCM 106.3, KIKZKSCM.com, and on YouTube at Seminole TX Media. And so up for Fort Stockton, number 9, Jerry D is the first baseman, 0 for 1 on the day. Bottom of the 4th, Tribes up 1-0. And there's the pitch across for a strike for Alan Madrid. So here's the 0-1 pitch from Alan. Another strike right across. Good pitch there by Alan Madrid. The count's 0-2. Alan dealing right now.
Working from the first base side of the rubber, kind of a wind-up stretch hybrid.
And here's the 0-2 pitch that's fouled off. And the count will stay at 0-2.
First couple of pitches, he's been working the outside half of the plate.
And so he'll step in with the 0-2 count facing Jerry Diaz. And here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled back. The count will stay at 0-2. And, boy, Allen's throwing some smoke. That's some pretty high heat he's going with.
4 pitches, 4 strikes. He's off to a good start right here.
I appreciate everybody checking on Dustin's pickup. I didn't bring my vehicle. It didn't have any damage that we could see. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That one just missed outside the counts 1 and 2. Did you see any?
A little bit of damage, but nothing that insurance can't cover.
There you go.
It's drivable. It's a pickup.
It's a pickup. It'll be fine. It's too far from its heart to kill it, right, D?
Exactly.
So counts 1 and 2 with the no outs. And Alan Madrid now pitching for the Tribe against Jerry Diaz. Here's the pitch. Missed outside, and now the count evens at 2 and 2. Boy, Alan's throwing some smoke. Really throwing some heat there. Again, we'll pray for Bobby Tockrope surrounded by all those women. Bless his heart. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Alan Madrid. Caught him on the outside corner and struck him out. So so Jerry Diaz goes down with a strikeout. And it'll bring up Brian Encinas, the designated hitter for Fort Stockton. He walked in the second inning.
Give a shout out to our buddy Todd Lee watching in tonight from Abilene.
Good to hear from you, Todd. Keep yourself out of trouble. And here's the pitch from Allen. It gets by Rowan Donaldson. Nobody on base. No harm, no foul, no nothing.
Remount, reload.
And the count will be 1-0. Tribe up 1-0, bottom of the fourth on the Auto Pro Care scoreboard. Special thank you to Herman Peters for sponsoring that. Saw him at Lions Club today. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed, and the count will be 1-1 now to Brian Encinas. Yes, I've joined the Lions Club. Does that scare you?
I'm a former Lion.
I understand that. I'm still asking if it scares you.
That always scared me.
I'm actually local now and can join some civic organizations. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on a fly ball in foul territory. Michael Ray running to go get it and will make the catch. Gathers it up, and Encinas is retired, flying out to the first baseman. For 2 away, they'll bring up Nicholas Armendariz, the third baseman. Struck out in the second. And the Tribe up 1-0 here, bottom of the fourth inning on the Auto Pro Care scoreboard. So where are we eating?
I don't have a clue.
Did I go full?
You did.
I'm sorry, I went full of.
Darren.
Yeah. Pitch is in for a ball. It counts 1-0.
You went full Hodges.
That's right.
There.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on. Straight to Obit. He'll make the throw to first in time. And that will be the third out of the inning as Armendariz grounds out to the shortstop. We'll go to the fifth. Indians up 1-0 back after this.
Do you have property you need to sell? Consider selling your house to Integrity Homes for cash. We're your local home buyers, and we want to buy your home for cash. We'll pay all the closing costs, and you pay no realtor commissions. There's no gimmicks and no games. Give us a call today at 432-955-6803. Again, there's no closing costs. We buy your property in as quick as 30 days. Visit our website, integrityhomestx.com. We look forward to hearing from you soon. Oasis Gin and Oasis Warehouse are proud supporters of the Seminole Maidens and Indians. We'd like to wish the Maidens and Indians the best of luck for their successful season. Please come see the friendly staff at Oasis Gin for all your ginning, marketing, and warehouse needs. Oasis Gin and Oasis Warehouse appreciate your business. If you believe it, you can achieve it. Good luck to the Maidens and Indians. Oasis Gin and Oasis Warehouse. Fernando's Body Shop, located at 511 South Main in Seminole, has the experience and knowledge to handle all your auto body repair needs. Windshield replacement, hail damage, repair, complete paint jobs, and insurance estimates. So call the experts 758-3171. That's Fernando's Body Shop, a proud supporter of the Seminole Indians and Maidens, serving Seminole and the surrounding area for over 30 years. That's Fernando's Body Shop, 511 South Main.
Back here for the fifth inning in the Sixth Gun Energy Services broadcast booth, Michael Ray grounds it right past the second baseman, and he can't make a play on it, so Ray will be safe at first, and that's going to be an error on the second baseman. So Michael Ray will get aboard with an error. As we're here in the Sixth Gun Energy Services broadcast booth, top of the fifth inning, Indians up 1-0. Michael Ray aboard at first, and now Obed Ray is up for the Tribe, 1 for 2 on the day.
Next up is Obed Reyes.
Obed checking the signals, and we'll step in, and we got a chance to remind you tomorrow morning at 8:15 is Doc Talk with Dave Fisher. 8:15 to 8:45. I get to run the board for Dave now. That's frightening, isn't it?
It is.
Pitch swung on by Obed will fall into left center and head toward the wall. It's going to be extra bases. Michael Ray will turn the corner at third, and they're going to signal him home. Here's the throw. Obed will hold it second, and Michael Ray will be safe, and the Indians now up 2-0 as Obed Reyes gets an RBI double.
Nice piece of hitting right there by the senior Odessa College signee. Found the left center gap, and Michael Ray doing a great job of base running right there.
Got a good jump on it, did Michael, and made a good turn.
Sure did.
To bring up Eloy Macias,
Go ahead, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. You got it.
Just say that was a great piece of base running right there for Michael. You know, scoring from first. That's a little bit of speed behind that.
Yep, so he got on his horse and got there. Now Obed safe at second, and to bring up Eloy Macias, who has now moved to third base.
Playing third base.
Yeah, moved to play third base. Thank you. Yes, here's the pitch, missed outside, got away from the catcher, and Obed will head for third and be safe.
Now as a base runner, he's on third.
That's right.
There we go. Clear as mud.
Mud is clear. Eloy Macias now in the field is playing third base. And now Obed Reyes has moved from third base to shortstop, and now he's standing at third base.
If you weren't confused before, you are now.
If you get more confused, I can read those tiebreakers again. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Low for a ball that counts 2-0. Indians win. They're the number 1 seed in the playoffs. That's all that matters. It would be nice to have a district title if Greenwood would lose. Other than that, no biggie. Indians need a win, and they're the number 1 seed. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Missed outside, and now the count's 3-0 to Eloy Macias.
Haven't seen an Andrews score yet.
I think they had started so late.
They're just about to get started.
So the count's 3-0 to Eloy, and here's the pitch. And he'll get aboard with a walk. So Eloy aboard with a base on balls. And they'll bring up Diego Cortez, who has walked twice today. Actually, Diego is out, and that will bring up number 9, Alan Madrid. So Alan will be batting in Diego's place. So 9, Alan Madrid.
You got a Gaines Gym timeout here, Rob, going to the mound.
All right, we'll take a Gaines Gym timeout with him at 610 Southeast 2nd and Seminole and be right back.
There are tires, and then there's B.F. Goodrich tires. For the passionate driver, B.F. Goodrich light truck tires strive to deliver outstanding all-terrain traction, rugged dependability, a quiet highway ride, and the bold look you want for your rig. Don't just get tires that fit your truck. Get tires that transform it. Ask about B.F. Goodrich light truck tires today at Howard McCaleb Tire in Seminole. Howard McCaleb Tire has the expert tire service you need to take your car's performance to the next level. Specific performance may vary by tire model.
For all your abstract and title service needs, you can depend on Gaines County Abstract Company, located 207 South Main in Seminole. Gaines County Abstract Company is the original title company in Gaines County with complete records that date back to the 1800s. So give them a call at 758-3351 for fast turnaround with over 160 years of combined experience, along with in-house attorneys. Quality abstract and title service since 1911.
Epic Electric Solutions, located in Seminole, Texas, can handle all of your electrical needs, serving West Texas and New Mexico. Epic Electric Solutions specializes in troubleshooting oil field, electric equipment, lighting upgrades, and electrical renovations. Call us for your residential remodels and new construction. For all of your electrical needs, call the professionals. 806-778-4913. Licensed and insured in Texas and New Mexico. Epic Electric Solutions, making the world a brighter place.
Back from the Gaines Gym timeout, Rob and Dustin here on KSEM 106.3, KIKZKSEM.com, and on YouTube at Seminole TX Media. A new pitcher for Fort Stockton will be number 14, Braylon Mata.
It's the wrong side. Rylan Nunez.
Rylan Nunez, sorry.
Braylon Mata plays for Seminole.
Thank you very much. Rylan Nunez, number 14. There you go, Rob.
It's a great team. You ought to hang around
I
them,
really
Rob.
should. Rylan Nunez. So Rylan Nunez. So Rylan Nunez in to pitch, and he'll be facing Alan Madrid.
Can't close the scoring line quite yet on starting pitcher Aiden Villarreal. He's left 2 runners stranded on the base. So
he has given up 4 hits and 2 runs so far. So Rylan Nunez on the mound. And here's the pitch. Down Main Street for a strike. The count is 0-1. Good pitch.
got Obed Reyes again at third. And Eloy Macias at first. No outs.
And the count 0-1. No outs, as Dustin said. Here's the pitch. Bunt laid down the third base line beautifully, and all the runners will be safe. Oh, they called him out. They called Alan Madrid out at first, but a great bunt to move the runners.
So that'll go down as a sacrifice in the scorebook right there, bringing up Stephen Davis, the junior second baseman.
Oh, they got him on board, so they don't call him out. So they will call it a bunt single.
Way to jump the gun there, Rob.
So they'll call it a bunt single. So the bases are loaded with no outs. That's Stephen Davis up for the Tribe. That's a big win for the Tribe.
Sure
0 for 2.
is.
Here's the pitch. Swung on a foul ball down the first base line. And it will be dropped by the first baseman. It's a fair ball. It's an infield. That should be an infield fly rule. Yeah, that should be the infield fly rule. So the batter will be out, and the runners advance, right, Dustin?
Yeah, so infield fly, batter's out. Since the ball was not caught, runners can advance on their own, so the run should count.
So there'll be a conversation here with the umpires, and the infield fly rule should apply, Dustin. You're right. So the batter should be out, and the runners can advance, correct?
On their own if the ball is not caught, which was the case.
And so Obed Reyes will score. So on the infield fly rule, Indians now up 3-0, and the batter will be out. So the batter for the Indians, Stephen Davis, is out via the infield fly rule.
So the infield fly rule comes into effect when there's runners at first and second, or first, second, and third in this situation, with less than 2 outs.
So the infield fly rule gets Davis out, and Obed Reyes scores for the Indians. So Tribe now up 3-0. And there's the pitch. It missed for a ball. It counts 1-0. So here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled back, and the count is now 1-1.
I was ready for that one, Rob.
You were ready. It was coming right toward you. So Stephen Davis out via the infield fly rule, and the run scores from third. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on towards center field, and that one's deep, and it will get past the center fielder by Oscar Grijalva. And a run will score. Second run coming to plate. A stand-up double for Oscar Grijalva. And a 2-run score. And the Indians now up 5-0.
Good piece of hitting right there by the sophomore, who hit the game-winning home run a couple weeks ago against Andrews at home. So Grijalva now with a double and 2 RBIs to his credit. As Rob alluded to, the Indians are up 5-0 here in the top of the 5th inning. Scored 4 runs in this half inning.
Tribe doing work. And now in for the Indians, number 3, Jason Robledo, 0 for 2 on the day. Tribe up 5-0, top of the 5th. 4 runs scored, like Dustin said. Here's the 1-0 pitch with 1 out. Caught the outside corner, now the count's even at 1-1. So interesting things happened here with the infield fly rule. The Indians get a run, and then Grijalva gets a great hit and scores 2 runs on his double. Michael Ray scored on a great takeoff from first and showing some wheels. Here's the pitch. Taken for a ball, and the count's now 2-1. Let's go Tribe Go Stephen from the Corrigan family in Midland. Glad y'all are with us. Need to catch up here. And the Tribe up, 5-0 here. Top of the 5th. There's a 2-1 pitch. Bunt down the first base line is foul, and now the count's 2-2 to Jason Robledo. So now the base runners belong to Nunez, correct?
Correct.
So those previous base runners will go to Villarreal. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That one misses outside, and the count goes full at 3-2.
Good breaking ball. Just couldn't get it to fall into the zone right there.
So the count full at 3-2, and here's the pitch. Swung on down the first base line, through the wickets of the first baseman, and Robledo will be safe at first, and the runner, Oscar Grijalva, will be held at third. So a single for, well, we're going to call it a single or an error?
That is single.
We'll call it a single for Robledo. We'll bring up Derek Madrid for the Tribe. 1 for 2 on the day.
Had the Texas Leaguer, I believe, in the 3rd inning, if I'm
did.
not wrong.
Had a single in the 4th. 1 for 2 on the day. Facing Rylan Nunez. Tribe up 5-0, top of the 5th. And runners at first and third with 1 out for the Indians. Here's the pitch. Bunt attempted, laid down beautifully. The throw to first is in time. And now the throw back to third to catch Grijalva. He'll get back. And the runners will now be at second and third with 2 outs. And so a bunt sacrifice that runs the runner to second with 2 outs. And they'll bring up Rowan Donaldson back to the top of the order, the ninth batter, in the inning for the Indians.
The wind has shifted more out of the south, so if Donaldson has anything like his last at bat.
There's a nice breaking ball from Rylan Nunez for a strike, and it counts 0-1 to Rowan Donaldson. Tribe up 5-0.
Rowan has a chance to park one here.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. Hit him.
Or he'll just get hit and take a base.
So Rowan Donaldson is aboard with a hit by pitch, and now the bases are full of Indians. And now we go to Michael Ray for his second at bat of the inning. He got aboard with an error and scored a run by legging it out.
I have a courtesy runner here. Mikey Cavazos is going to come in.
Yep, will step in and run. Bailey's checking in. She didn't get to hear our shout-out earlier. We gave you a shout-out, Bailey. The newest Tribe fan, Mary Jane Jones, is watching the Indians with her parents. Go Tribe. Yeah, we gave you a shout-out in the first part of the game. Congratulations to Bailey and Rhett. And little Miss Mary Jane, there's the pitch. High for a ball, it counts 1-0 to Michael Ray. Here's the 1-0 pitch. High for a ball, and now the runners will return to the bases. If I'm not mistaken, Mary Jane was around 7 pounds and 20 inches long. Like I said, we're going to make a basketball player.
Something like that, yeah.
Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled back, a Flatland Oilfield Trucking foul ball right into Dustin's wheelhouse. He did not make the play.
1 hop through the wickets.
The count 2-1 now with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Swung on. Will head toward the shortstop. He'll gather up, make the force at second. And that will end this portion of the inning. Not before the Indians score 4 runs. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Tribe up 5-0. You're listening to Indian Baseball on the Sound of the Tribe, KSEM 106.3.
Take a break from the ordinary and drive into Sonic in Seminole today for a refreshing Coca-Cola. While you're there, try one of our delicious hot dogs. To make it even better, top your meal off with an extraordinary real ice cream shake. Don't forget to take advantage of our happy hour from 2 to 4 p.m. daily for half-price drinks and slushes, especially Coca-Cola. This is how you Sonic.
Pioneer Gin is proud to be a part of Gaines County and the agricultural industry. You can trust your cotton to Pioneer Gin this coming season. The trained professionals at Pioneer Gin take pride in the turnout and the quality of your cotton. Come out and talk to the professionals at Pioneer Gin. We're 19 miles west of Seminole, just off the Hobbs Highway, or just give us a call at 758-3822.
Commercial Tire Service, located at 1100 Hobbs Highway in Seminole, is your complete tire service center. Commercial Tire Service carries Goodyear and Firestone Ag tires, Cooper, Nito, and Michelin tires for passenger cars, trucks, and SUVs. You always get great service and great prices. We can also take care of your front-end alignment needs, oil and filter changes, brake jobs, and much more. And don't forget, Commercial Tire Service offers 24-hour road service. Just call 758-9477 or 758-1390.
Back.
Check out the
Or stop after current. How about that?
How about that, Rob?
Back here in the 6 Gun Energy Services broadcast booth at 152 County Road 320 in Seminole. Production Services at 432-425-6477. Rob Franklin and Dustin Wright on KSEM 106.3, KIKZ, KSEM.com. For audio, video on YouTube at Seminole TX Media. Indians up 5-0 as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning.
Same place you can catch some softball action this weekend.
You can catch some softball action at 5 o'clock on Friday as the Maidens will play against Dumas. 5 o'clock, game 1 on Friday.
Before mentioned platforms.
All platforms of KSEM. Game 2 will be at 12 noon on Saturday. Game 3, if necessary, will be 30 minutes after that. Look forward to a long playoff run for the Maidens. Up for Fort Stockton is Aiden Villarreal for the Panthers. Here's the pitch. High for a ball. It counts 1-0 with Alan Madrid pitching. Has retired 3 batters with 1 strikeout. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on a fly ball toward the right side. Will be gathered up by Stephen Davis at second. And down goes Villarreal flying out to the second baseman. And it'll bring up number 5, Kyle Rojero, the left fielder. 0 for 1 on the day. 1 out now here, bottom of the 5th inning. The Tribe up 5-0. Seminole Sentinel on newsstands today. Go pick one up. Love for you to jump on there. Oklahoma City won 118-99. Landon Sims let us know. They're proving that they are making real noise in the playoffs. There's a pitch 1-0 for a ball.
We had a conversation about that at Knuckleheads the other day.
We did. I think the Thunder might be for real, D. They're trying to prove that, aren't they?
They are. I enjoyed the Masters talk a little bit more than that, though.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on up the middle. Fielded by the pitcher, Alan Madrid. He'll get it over to Michael Ray, and down goes Rojero.
I know you're a round ball nut, but that was some pretty good talk the other day about
David
Masters.
Williams. Yeah. So Jandre Reyes up, the right fielder, had a double and was left stranded in the 3rd inning. D1 hit in the ball game. And here's the pitch. Down Main Street for a strike. And, boy, Alan Madrid's dealing right here, Dustin.
Sure is.
He's retired 5 straight batters. He's pitched extremely well here in relief of Eloy Macias. Here's a pitch swung on and missed. The count is 0-2 now. to Jondre Reyes. No update from Pecos and Monahans.
Haven't had anything in a while.
Last we heard, Pecos was up 2-0. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Missed outside just barely, and the count goes 1-2 to Jondre Reyes. So with a win by Monahans over Pecos. Oh, Monahans Pecos game has been called for weather. And there's the pitch missed outside. It's been called, huh? I guess it'd have to be for weather.
So they'll have to reschedule that one and get that one in before Friday, I believe.
Yep, they've got to. The count's 2-2. So they've called the Monahans Pecos game for weather. And here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, and Alan Madrid is dealing. Struck him out, the second strikeout victim of Madrid. And will go the 6th. Tribe up 5-0 back after this.
Check out the Lumberyard located 1/2 mile south of Seminole, just off the Andrews Highway. The Lumberyard probably has whatever you're looking for and most likely in stock. So for all your building needs, along with electrical supplies, plumbing supplies, power tools, garden supplies, barbecue grills, and much more. And remember, they also have all your True Value hardware supplies. That's the Lumberyard and Supplies serving Seminole and the surrounding area. Call 432-758-5566.
Zion Broadband is your local internet provider. Their office is next to Dairy Queen, 1300 Hobbs Highway in Seminole. They're reliable, they're fast, experienced, knowledgeable, and trustworthy. They have an extensive track record with local people in Gaines County. No contracts, no data limits, and no gimmicks. Once again, Zion Broadband, 1300 Hobbs Highway in Seminole, located next to Dairy Queen. Call 432-758-0900.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
See State Farm agent Guy Cheney in Seminole, 400 South Main in downtown Seminole.
And we are back for the top of the 6th inning. Up for the Indians, number 1, Obed Reyes. 2 for 3 on the day.
Welcome you back to the 6 Gun Energy Services broadcast booth. Dustin Wright and Rob Franklin.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. That missed for a ball, and the count is now 1-1 to Obed. Obed with a single. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on down the first base line and gathered up by the first baseman. The throw to the pitcher's not in time, and Obed will get a legged out infield single. Good hustle by Obed. So Obed aboard at first. And that'll bring up for the Tribe Eloy Macias, now playing third base. Has walked twice, scored a run. Flew out to right field in the third.
So if things hold true, Eloy will get the win tonight for being the starter on the mound tonight for the Indians.
Yep. So Eloy Macias will step up. Tribe up 5-0, top of the 6th inning. I guess I can change that on the scoreboard too, Rob. There's a pitch across for a strike, and it counts 0-1. I don't think Eloy agreed with that call.
No, just a little outside, but
count 0-1 to Eloy Macias.
We're not paid the big bucks to be down there behind the plate.
Yep. So the count 0-1. Here's the pitch. Oh, and missed for a ball. The count's 1-1 now. So 1 ball, 1 strike, and no outs. Runner at first is Eloy Macias. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. That was a really good pitch, but it missed, and the count's 2-1. That looked like a strike to me, Dustin.
It did too to me. It must have been just a little bit outside.
So the count now 2-1 to Eloy Macias. No outs. Tribe up 5-0, top of the 6th. Here's the pitch, runner goes. Swung on, fouled back, a Flatland Oilfield Trucking foul ball. And Obed Reyes left to turn around and make the quick jog back to first base. Tabitha has gone to bed. Listen, she teaches 5th grade. She needs to go to sleep.
Yes, bless her heart.
She needs to go to sleep. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Bless all those that teach.
Any and all of them, God bless them. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Tribe up 5-0, top of the 6th. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball missed, and now the count goes to 2-2. Snap throw to first, runner's back. Obed gets back quickly.
Seminole got 1 run in the top of the 1st and then 4 in the top of the 5th for their 5 runs in this contest. Sent 11 batters to the plate last inning.
They sent 10. Yep.
10.
They sent 10 batters to the plate. Counts full. To Eloy Macias. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, and Macias is down via the strikeout. And that'll be the first strikeout for the new pitcher.
Up next is number 9,
Rylan Nunez. And it'll bring up for the Indians, Alan Madrid. A single and scored a run, bunt single. And scored a run in that big 4th inning for the Indians. Runner at first is Obed Reyes. He goes. Check swing. Throw to second. And Obed is safe with the steal of second base with 1 out.
It's a good throw. Obed was just able to beat the throw there and slide under the tag. So
yeah, it was.
A lot of speed right there for the senior.
Michael Patino with a good throw. Not sure what the count is. I'm not sure if it was a ball or a strike. Here's the pitch.
Should be 1-0. Now it should be 1-1.
The count across for a strike count, I think, is 1-1. Nope, it's 0-2. The count's 0-2.
So hit and run on that steal attempt.
So the count 0-2 with 1 out, and Obed at second. Tribe up 5-0, top of the 6th. Pickoff move to second, and Obed is safe. He'll get back there. So count 0-2 to Alan Madrid, who's done a great job coming in relief of Eloy Macias. Eloy's only given up 1 hit. Now a bunt attempted. It hangs in the air and will be caught by the catcher of Fort Stockton. Michael Patino gets under it and makes the play. And Alan Madrid flies out to the catcher for the 2nd out. And it will bring up Stephen Davis 0 for 3 on the day. It will sacrifice bunt in the infield fly where he got put out. That's right.
Right.
Stephen Davis was 0 for 3, so the infield fly rule put him out. 2 outs here, top of the 6th. Runner at second's Obed Reyes. Here's the pitch. Check swing. So it's a cross for a strike, and the count's 0-1.
Nunez is working the breaking ball pretty heavy here. Good location on that last pitch.
So the count 0-1 for Stephen Davis. Here's the pitch from Nunez. It was a nice pitch, a little low, and the count's now 1-1. Maiden Softball Friday at 5, Saturday at noon on all platforms of KSEM. That will be the bi-district playoff series in Plainview against Dumas. Good luck to our Maidens. Here's the pitch, swung on. Will head toward right field and catch made, and the Indians will be retired top of the 6th. Tribe up 5-0. You're listening to Indian Baseball on the Sound of the Tribe, KSEM 106.3.
Stock up and save with wholesale prices for all your fundraisers, weddings, restaurants, stores, food trucks, and convenience stores at Quality Produce Warehouse, 9 miles west of Seminole, just off the Hobbs Highway. Quality Produce Warehouse open 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Saturday with a huge selection of produce, Mexican chips, Mexican candy, Mexican Cokes, drinks, and much more. All the discount prices. And don't forget to stop at our Quality Produce store, 1501 Hobbs Highway in Seminole, open 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday. When you call Seminole Butane at 758-5493, you can depend on personal efficient service. Seminole Butane can handle all your fueling needs, gas, diesel, or propane on the farm, ranch, or in the oil field, delivered to your location. Owner Chip Wicker reminds you to check out their new fueling site next to the office at 419 Northwest 11th Street. Seminole Butane, locally owned and operated, serving Seminole and the surrounding area for over 60 years. That's Seminole Butane.
Coach Jackson for Permian Basin Abstract Company.
Yeah, this is Coach Kent Jackson, and I know our experience dealing with Permian Basin Abstract was first class. In the coaching business, Elizabeth and I have had an opportunity to buy several houses, but I know this was absolutely the easiest experience that we've ever had. Trey and his staff there made us feel at home, and the service was very professional yet very hometown friendly, and we highly recommend dealing with Permian Basin Abstract.
Exceeding expectations in customer service is their specialty. Permian Basin Abstract Company.
Back once again in the Six Gun Energy Services broadcast booth here in Fort Stockton for the bottom of the sixth. We're at the top of the hour. Rob Franklin, Dustin Wright, KSEM 106.3, KIKZKSEM.com for audio. Click the Tribe link. And on YouTube at Seminole TX Media. Tribe up 5-0 as we go to the bottom of the sixth. And Alan Madrid still pitching. Well, or have we switched? Is Obed Reyes in? It is. Obed Reyes has now come in to pitch. And so we'll close the door on Alan Madrid, who did not give up a hit at all. So retired all 6 batters.
Got an update score from Greenwood and Andrews. Rangers are up 2-0 in the bottom of the second over Andrews.
So Obed Reyes, thank you for that, Dustin, will step up to face Zane Natividad. So Obed going to try to close this out. I think they will have moved Alan Madrid to probably right field. So Obed Reyes will come up to close the game out for the Tribe. And we'll see how Zane Natividad goes against Obed Reyes. Thought Madrid pitched really well, Dustin.
He did.
Here's the pitch from Obed. Cross for a strike, and it counts 0-1. Obed Reyes, the Odessa College signee for the Tribe. The count 0-1. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled off, and now the count 0-2. We're in the bottom of the sixth. Tribe up 5-0. Play tomorrow will resume in the top of the third inning with Monahans leading Pecos 2-0. So here's the pitch, check, swing, and he will strike out, and Obed will get his first strikeout of Zane Natividad. So Fort Stockton will have to wait to find out tonight whether Pecos ends up losing to Monahans. If Monahans beats Pecos, Fort Stockton's in the playoffs. They'll end up playing tomorrow, resuming the game 2-0. Here's the pitch. A cross for a strike. Good pitch by Obed to Gama Corral, who got aboard via an error in the first and flew out to first in the third. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one missed outside, and the count's 1-1. That's the first ball, I think, that Obed's thrown. The rest of them have been straight heat down the middle, or pretty close. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, bottom of the sixth. Tribe up 5-0 on Fort Stockton. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball. That one missed, and now the count goes to 2-1.
Just a little low and outside the zone right there for the umpire's liking. Good pitch. Good spot.
Tommy Woodard checking in late. Glad Tommy's with us. That pitch is high, and now the count goes to 3-1. Tommy, it's always good to have you aboard from Ruidoso, New Mexico. Always glad to have Tommy Woodard around. Seminole alumni. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Swung on and missed, and the count goes to 3-2. The count full now to Gama Corral with 1 out. And Obed Reyes dealing for the Indians right now. The count full with 1 out. Here's the pitch. That one missed outside. And Corral is aboard with a walk. He'll bring up Rylan Nunez, number 14, who moved from center fielder to pitcher. 0 for 2 on the day. And facing Obed Reyes. Runner at first for Fort Stockton. And 1 out. Here's the pitch, check swing across for a strike, and it counts 0-1. Jackie and Carol are always excited when Tommy Woodard checks in, so sister-in-laws are glad that Tommy's aboard. 0-1 the count with 1 out. Bottom of the 6th, Tribe up 5-0. Runner at first for Fort Stockton is Gama Corral. And at the plate's Rylan Nunez. There's the pitch. It's low for a ball. The count is 1-1.
Tommy got to see some snow over the weekend up there.
Yeah, he did.
We got to see some West Texas snow earlier.
Yeah, we did. We saw a little West Texas ice come out of the sky a minute ago. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Just missed outside, and the count's now 2-1. Dustin with the good camera view of Interstate 10 in the background.
Steady stream of traffic on a Tuesday night.
Got them big 18-wheelers a-rolling. Runner at first, 1 out. 2-1 count. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, and Obed threw that one right by him. It counts 2-2. Obed can bring that heat. Look Around School brought to you by Hot Works. Tomorrow, 1-act play at the regional contest in Lubbock. Thursday, FFA is in Stephenville. Friday, they're in Huntsville. Saturday, they're at A&M. We'll get more in just a moment. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, and Rylan Nunez goes out as the second strikeout victim of Obed Reyes for 2 away. To bring up Jerry Diaz, the first baseman.
Up next is number 9,
Jerry Diaz grounded out to third in the first inning and struck out in the 4th. Here's the rest of that Look Around School. Tennis will have district in Midland on Thursday. Friday and Saturday, the UIL Academic Brain Tribe team will be at regional in Lubbock with a chance to win the regional championship. There's a pitch low for a ball. The count is now 2-0 to Jerry Diaz.
How many kids total for the regionals?
I don't have an exact number, but I know they won district by 300 and something points. So there's a whole busload of them going. There's a pitch swung on and missed, and now the count's 1-1 with 2 outs. And a runner at first. Yeah, there's an army of them. The Brain Tribe. Doing lots of thinking. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed, and now the count's 1-2 to Jerry Diaz. Again, a reminder, maiden softball coming your way. Friday at 5 and Saturday at noon as they play Dumas in the by-district round on all platforms of KSEM. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, and Diaz will go down as the third strikeout victim of Obed Reyes. And we will go to the top of the 7th. Tribe up 5-0. You're listening to Seminole Indian Baseball on the Sound of the Tribe, KSEM 106.3.
Dr. Michael Q. Watson, MD, is located at 208 Northwest 8th Street in Seminole. Dr. Watson's available for all general medical practice and obstetrics. For excellent health care, call Dr. Michael Q. Watson, 758-3267 for an appointment, and walk-ins are always welcome. Dr. Watson accepts most commercial insurance, Medicaid, Medicare, and is board certified for DOT physicals. Located across from Memorial Hospital.
Here to care for you in every stage of life. Seminole Memorial Hospital offers state-of-the-art technology and small-town hospitality. Our dedicated staff is here to give you compassionate quality care you deserve. We strive to provide our patients with comfort and confidence in their treatment during their time of need.
We welcome you back once again to Six Gun Energy Services broadcast booth. Top of the 7th inning, Rob Franklin and my buddy Dustin Wright, KSEM 106.3, KIKZKSEM.com, and on YouTube at Seminole TX Media. Indians up 5-0. gratefully appreciative of Dustin giving me a ride tonight.
Hey, it didn't make sense to have separate vehicles.
It's true. Oscar Grijalva up for the Indians. Here's the pitch. Check swing. Across for a strike, and the count will be 0-1 to Oscar. Oscar 1 for 3 on the day. For the Indians, here's the pitch. Outside for a ball. The count will go 1-1 to Oscar. Greenwood 2, Andrews nothing, middle of the 3rd inning, so they're going to be super late getting done. Here's the pitch across the plate for a strike, and it counts 1-2.
Maybe we can stop by and help them out.
Yeah, we could on our way driving through Andrews. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Missed outside, and now the count is 2-2. Tribe up 5-0, top of the 7th. And Oscar Grijalva at the plate. Here's the pitch. Check swing, and it missed for a ball, and now the count goes full at 3-2 to Oscar. Dustin has just done yeoman's work on the camera. Pitch is high for a ball, and Oscar will be aboard with a walk. So Oscar up for the Indians. And they'll bring up Jason Robledo, 1 for 3 on the day, and a single was left stranded in the 4th inning.
Up next for the Indians is number 3.
So Jason Robledo up for the Tribe. Again, a reminder, we'll get you the Dr. Amy Williams, DDS, and Parker Wentz Orthodontics postgame show. It'll be quick as soon as this game's over. Indians with a win will clinch a share of the district title and the number 1 seed in Division I. There's a pitch in for a strike to Robledo. So the advantage of being the number 1 seed is you play the 2nd place or the D1 2nd seed from the district up north. Here's the pitch. Gets away from the catcher, and that'll advance Oscar to 2nd. He'll make a big turn, and he'll have to retreat to 2nd base.
We still don't have any ideas of who that's going to be up north. But
have not, and I think they're waiting on us too. I think they've got as many problems as we do, trying to figure out who's D1. And actually, their schools are closer to the same size. They're trying to figure out who's D1 and who's D2. There's a pitch across for a strike, and it counts now 1-2. So you're talking about the Canyon schools, along with Pampa, Borger, Dumas, all that stuff up there.
Right.
Those schools are all pretty big. It's hard to figure out which ones of those will be D1 and which ones will be D2. Pitch swung on and missed, a strikeout. They'll have to complete it to 1st, and now the runner will advance to 3rd. The throw is in time, and Oscar Grijalva is thrown out on the strike him out, throw him out. So a double play for Fort Stockton. So Robledo with the strikeout, and Grijalva thrown out, trying to get to 3rd.
Up next for the Indians is number 12.
So to bring up Derek Madrid now with 2 outs, top of the 7th, and Tribe up 5-0. Good defense there by Fort Stockton.
good heads-up play by the first baseman.
There's a pitch, swung on and fouled off. It's a Flatland Oilfield Trucking foul ball. The count's 0-1 to Derek Madrid.
Are Derek and Ellen related?
Are Derek and Ellen, yeah. The count's 0-1. Here's the pitch. Cross for a strike. The count's 0-2.
Come on, Riley.
Count 0-2 with 2 outs. Tribe up 5-0. Top of the 7th. Here's the pitch. That one missed inside. The count's 1-2. And here's the pitch. Inside for a ball. And the count goes to 2-2. Rangers up 2-0 on Oakland, Dustin, just in case you didn't know. Here's the pitch.
I knew.
Swung on and missed, and Derek Madrid strikes out. So we'll go to the bottom of the 7th. Tribe up 5-0. You're listening to Seminole Indian Baseball on the Sound of the Tribe, KSEM 106.3.
It's nice to have a neighbor you can trust, someone who can look out for you and your family in good times and bad. If you need legal counsel, you can count on Marlon D. Carter, attorney at law, for your legal service needs. For family and criminal law, personal injury, wills and estates, as well as a variety of other legal services. Mr. Carter lives and works with you right here in Seminole. He cares about you and our community. His office is located 118 Southeast Avenue B, across the street from the courthouse. He can be reached at 432-758-2181 or by email marlon@marloncarterlaw.com. Se habla español. In Stitches and Designs, located at 1110 North Main in Seminole, specializes in custom embroidery and screen printing services. Our friendly staff will work with you to create what you need for your business, sports, and church events, along with any custom personalized needs. Now offering engraving. Custom engraved tumblers and travel mugs make great gifts for employees and loved ones. With a wide variety to choose from, there's something for everyone. Don't forget we offer promotional items such as banners, business cards, pins, and more. For all your custom embroidery and screen printing services, call 432-758-6297 or 432-209-2094. That's In Stitches and Designs. Your vision in stitches.
Back for the bottom of the 7th here in Fort Stockton. Indians up 5-0, and Obed Ray is looking to close it out for the Tribe. Brian Encinas, the designated hitter, will be up for Fort Stockton. And Obed Ray is on the bump, warming up. With a win here, Dustin, the Indians will be the #1 seed in Division I and have a share of the district title. Last we heard, Greenwood was up 2-0 on Andrews.
He had a weather delay up there in Andrews County as well, so.
If Greenwood wins that game, they are the district champion because they've beaten the Indians twice. But they'll be the D2 #1 seed. And that's confusing, I know, but that D1, D2 stuff is just a dadgum math problem.
Well, you got time to read through some of the scenarios if you'd hurry up.
I could have, couldn't I?
You could have, but you missed your opportunity there.
It's all passed. Just suffice it to say, Indians get 3 outs here.
We could post it on the social medias.
We can do that, but I don't think people are going to be bored enough to read that thing.
They might be.
And here's the pitch. Misses for a ball. It counts 1-0 to Brian Encinas. So regardless, Greenwood is the D2 #1 seed. Because they are at 7-2 right now. Even if they lose, they're ahead of the rest of the D2 folks. The D1 representatives from our district will always be Andrews and Seminole. They're the 2 biggest schools. And there's the pitch. That one missed for a ball, and it counts 2-0. Andrews enrollment's about 1,100 something. Indians are right at 830 ballpark. Here's the 2-0 pitch, fouled off, and the count will be 2-1, or fouled off. So they'll always be the 2 D1 reps.
Foul back, it's okay.
Foul back, fouled off, fouled away. Not anywhere near Dustin's truck.
Or just fouled.
Or just foul. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball in for a strike that had Encinas bailing out. Had him bailing. And it broke right across the plate. Counts 2-2. Shout out to Katie Ray for helping me with some pictures for the newspaper. I appreciate her. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Missed for a ball. The count goes full at 3-2. Katie Ray takes almost as good pictures as Dustin.
She does better than me.
No, y'all both do a great job. Here's the full count pitch. Swung on and missed, and Encinas goes down as the 4th strikeout victim of Obed Reyes. Obed gave up a walk, and he struck out the rest of the Fort Stockton lineup. So Nicholas Almendarez, the third baseman, #1, steps up for Fort Stockton, 0 for 2 on the day. And the Tribe 2 outs away from clinching the D1 #1 seed and a share of the district title. Here's the pitch. Down Main Street for a strike, and the count's 0-1. Stay tuned for the Dr. Amy Williams DDS postgame show and Parker Wentz Orthodontics. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed, and now the count's 0-2. Hometown Pride on Friday, 10:05 to 11. We'll get an exclusive interview with Dr. Glenn Teal, the new superintendent for Seminole ISD. They'll be on all platforms and Facebook Live. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on up the middle. That's going to get by the shortstop, and that will be in for a single. It gets by Jason Robledo. So
Robledo did a great job of stretching out. Just a good piece of hitting right there.
Up next is number 25.
So the second hit of the game for Fort Stockton. We'll bring up Aiden Villarreal, the number 25, 0 for 2 on the day. Runner at first and 1 out for Fort Stockton. So, yeah, Hometown Pride. 10:05 to 11 on Friday. We'll talk to Dr. Teal, and that'll be followed by Knucklehead Sports Talk. Here's the pitch. Missed outside, and the count's 1-0.
Rob, I'm not going to be there Friday.
You were off this past Friday, and you'll have to do your real job this Friday, huh?
Yes, correct.
I understand that.
Just wanted to let you know.
Susan Murphy will keep you busy.
She does.
That's good. She needs to.
Yes.
Keep you out of trouble. Now have a Gaines Gym timeout. 610 Southeast 2nd in Seminole, where you can work out and grab a protein shake. Mango oat smoothie, whatever that is that Tabitha drinks. There's a pitch across for a strike, and the count's 1-1 with 1 out and a runner at first. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, and 1 runner. Tribe up 5-0, bottom of the 7th. Here's the pitch. That one missed outside. Good job by Rowan Dawson to gather that up. Counts now 2-1.
So Monahans and Pecos, I know we talked a little bit about it earlier. They have not announced a makeup time, but they will resume from where they left off with Monahans leading Pecos 2-0.
And they said they would do that tomorrow is what it said. There's the pitch, swing and a miss, and now the count goes to 2-2. So now the Fort Stockton with 2 hits. The second hit was by Armendariz, who's now at first. Tribe up foul. Here's the pitch. Crown goes Aiden Villarreal for the 5th strikeout for Obed Reyes. And it'll bring up Kyle Rojero, the left fielder. Number 5, Kyle Rojero will be aboard, or up to bat, and Nicholas Armendariz at first. Indians 1 out away from securing the number 1 seed in Division I and a district title.
Greenwood 2, Andrews 0 in the 3.
So Greenwood up 2-0 after 3 innings. Here's the pitch. Swung on, will get over Robledo's head in for a single, and the runner will advance to third. Here's the throw cut off, and the throw toward third, and he is safe. And so runners at the corners for Fort Stockton, and 2 outs, and a nice piece of hitting by Kyle Rojero.
Up next, number 3, Jandre Reyes.
And so to bring up Jandre Reyes. So Jandre Reyes will step up. He had a double in the 3rd. And now runners at the corners and 2 outs, and the Tribe up 5-0. And Obed Reyes in a little bit of a jam here. Let's see if Obed can close this out. So runners at first and third and 2 outs. Tribe up 5-0, bottom of the 7th. Here's the pitch, a grounder. Back to Obed. He'll gather it up. The throw to first is in time, and the Indians win this one 5-0 over Fort Stockton, and will be the Division I number 1 seed and the district co-champion. We'll take a break, and we'll get you the Dr. Amy Williams, DDS, and Parker Wentz Orthodontics postgame show right after this.
Freedom Bail Bonds offers fast and reliable assistance with surety bonds, and we're open 24/7. Since 1985, we've been providing top-notch service and can help you every step of the way with utmost privacy, professionalism, and speed. A call to Freedom Bail Bond should be your first good decision when you or a loved one is involved in this type of unfortunate situation. Call us at 432-758-3234, serving Gaines, Yoakum, Dawson, and Andrews counties.
Welcome you back to Dr. Amy Williams, DDS, and Parker Wentz Orthodontics postgame show there at 1006 Hobbs Highway in Seminole at 432-758-3234. 3, 6, 7, 8. The Indians win this one 5-0 over Fort Stockton, and will finish the regular season 21-7 and 8-2 in district, and will get a share of the district title, and will be the #1 seed in Division I into the playoffs, and those will start next weekend. So good work there by the Indians. Dustin played a great game tonight.
Sure did. Started off a little sluggish, but the bats came alive there in the top of the 5th, was able to produce 4 runs and extend that lead out. Great job by the Indian pitchers tonight. Eloy Macias, Alan Madrid in relief, and then Obed Reyes. So great job defensively behind those guys as well. So good to come away with another win, and that #1 seed in the playoffs, that's going to be pretty good.
Yeah, Eloy Macias with 4 strikeouts, gave up 1 hit and 1 walk. Then Alan Madrid came in and retired all 6 batters that he faced. And Obed Reyes struck out 5 of the 7 batters he faced, and ended up pitching extremely well, like Dustin said as well. And the bats woke up in the 4th, man. Lots of runs scored. Michael Ray, Obed Reyes, Eloy Macias, and Alan Madrid all scored in that monstrous 4th inning to get the Indians a win here. I want to give you a reminder, Maiden Softball will come your way on Friday, 5 p.m. from Plainview against Dumas as they start by district. The game on Saturday will be at 12 noon. If a game 3 is necessary, it'll be 30 minutes after that. That will be on all platforms of KSEM. Catch Dave Fisher on Doc Talk tomorrow morning, 8:15 to 8:45, and he'll get you a wrap-up of everything that's going on here on his sports broadcast at 7:20, 12:20, and 5 o'clock tomorrow. Dustin, enjoyed it.
Appreciate it, man.
For my partner, Dustin Wright, I'm Rob Franklin. Y'all have a great evening, everybody. The Indians are in the playoffs as the #1 seed in Division I. Have a good evening as they win 5-0. Good night.
Thank you so much for joining us for our coverage of Seminole High School sports on KSEM 106.3, KIKZKSEM.com, and on YouTube at Seminole TX Radio. A special thanks to our sponsors and friends of the station and the Seminole Independent School District, who help us bring you coverage of Tribe sports. Join us next time for our coverage of Seminole High School sports on KSEM.